As the sun sets over mid-Michigan, the sports spirit ignites. Volleyballs soar, echoing the determination of champions. The gridiron roars to life as student-athletes clash in a dance of skill, strength, and strategy. Basketball courts pulse with energy, each dribble a heartbeat of the game. As winter turns to spring, the diamonds will glisten under the sun, a stage for baseball and softball glory and triumph. Fans unite in a symphony of support for their beloved teams. Amid cheers and tears, memories are etched into the tapestry of time. Join us as we journey through the magic that is high school sports. It's time for high school football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hello and welcome to Midland Community Stadium for Friday Night Lights football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our first look this year at the Mount Pleasant Oilers football team as they take on the Midland Dow Chargers. And oh boy, this is going to be a big one. Mount Pleasant comes into this game at 1-1. Midland Dow comes into this game at 0-2. And the last time Midland Dow started off 0-3, you have to go all the way back to 19 of 80. So it's been a long, long time since the Dow Chargers started 0-3, and so they are going to be ready to go here tonight. And these two teams do have one common opponent with Heritage. Mount Pleasant fell to them 48-24. Midland Dow fell to them in overtime 28-27. And it appears it's already time for the national anthem. So we're going to send it off. A little break here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We'll be back with a little bit more of the GI Tech. I guess they're both waiting for the other football teams to get out there. But we'll take our national anthem break. If we come back and it's still going, we'll kind of pump it up. But we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors here on the GI Tech pregame show. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291. The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Welcome back to the GI Tech pregame show. Here's your
And we will get ourselves a little bit better deal going for the crowd cam, the pickup cam for the Banks. We do want to give some love to those band kids as well. Yeah, sorry, I had my microphone all the way pumped up. Now I got to pipe back down. But 186 strong in the Midland Dow Chemics Band. Pretty darn cool stuff. It is the Mount Pleasant Oilers and the Midland Dow Chargers. Do I really need to say more than that? This is the first conference game for both teams. The rest of the Saginaw Valley North, Traverse City West is 2-0. Bay City Central, Bay City Western, Midland High, Traverse City Central, Mount Pleasant are all 1-1. And at the bottom right now is Midland Dow. And I'll say it again. I'll say it a bunch tonight. Midland Dow has not gone 0-3 since, not 1980. It was 1990 when this guy was only 5 years old. But that is a long, long time. Chargers, Oilers set to do battle. Starters for the Mount Pleasant Oilers will start on defense. It'll be a 3-4 look for the Oilers. Nose tackle, Tate Jefferson. Taylor Hope at defensive end. Levi Hoffman at the other defensive end. Your four linebackers, Caleb Flax, Tyler McGee, Brogan Parks, and Adrian Castellan. in the defensive backfield. You've got Tony Gagne, Max Pritchard, Will Garcia, along with Nick Dice. Nick Dice bringing a whole lot of experience to that defensive backfield. I believe he's been up as a sophomore playing defensive back. We'll also see him some at wide receiver as well. And out there kicking things off for the Oilers is Mr. Clay Molyneux, one of the best kickers in the state of Michigan. And we are set to go for Midland Dow Charger, Mount Pleasant Oiler football. Lots of other games in the area tonight happening. We'll talk about those as we go along and hopefully get some updates from them as well. But here comes the opening kick for Mr. Clay Molyneux. It's going to be fielded near the 5-yard line on a little bit of a jump going backwards by the returner. That's not going to be good for forward momentum. Getting by the 20 as the returner is going to be brought down at the 25-yard line. Decent return out there for Kyle Letts from the Midland Dow Chargers. And we will learn this team together with these Chargers as we go along. But the Mitt is here, I know, calling the game, 100.9 in Midland. And so be a little bit of a homer call with your boy here tonight as well. It's Chris Bachman and Adam Gursky from the Barberry Law Studios. We'll have our Gates Drilling and Service halftime show coming up. We'll talk about the Bills custom fab fabrication of the game all game long with those top plays. We'll have that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game and our Bird All-American Grill postgame show. Be a shotgun look for Mr. Win Deagle. 3 wide receivers, 1 up back, and kind of a running back in the backfield. They hand it off looking for room up the middle, and nowhere to go for the ball carrier. Nice play out there defensively. In on the tackle for the Oilers was Levi Hoffman from his defensive end position. And so that's the one spot where the Oilers have a little bit of trouble as they go through the Saginaw Valley League schedule because they're not very big. Hoffman, decent size at 6'9", 6 foot, 190. Then Tate Jefferson's 5'8", $165, and Hope 5'8", 195. Could have some wrestling experience out there as well. And then those kids just, they've got a motor and they've got more guts than I do to be out there on the line. Looking to go deep is the Chargers. It's going to be caught on the sideline. They are going to give them the catch. It was a really close play out there with Wyatt Altman and Deagle, but it's going to be complete for first down yardage. That will move the sticks for the Chargers. So the first time we saw Deagle drop back and throw the football, he looked pretty darn strong doing it right there. Win Deagle, senior quarterback for Midland Dow. Sit Altman on that last play. Got some whistles on the sidelines right now. Maybe a little tie-up on the far sideline there with the chain gain. Make sure it's that full 10 yards that they need to go. Another shotgun look for the quarterback, Deagle. Set a man in motion right behind the offensive line looking for an extra blocker. Big space out there, and it's a big open hole into the open field as the ball carrier is going to be brought down by Will Garcia, but it is a big run for the Chargers, and Jamison Zimmer on the carry there. That's the first time we've seen Zimmer with the football, and he sure looked fast. And so the Chargers, 3 plays, and they're already in business here deep into Oiler territory at the 30-yard line. Another shotgun look for Deagle. They're going to pitch it, looking to run the same way. Zimmer not going to have as much room this time. He's still going to pick up 4 or 5, though, and you do not mind that all on first down if you are Midland Dow. Yet you look at what happened the last 2 weeks with these teams. They both played Saginaw Heritage. The Oilers fell 48-24. Midland Dow fell 28-27 in overtime as they went for 2. But talking with Coach McIntyre, the Oilers did have a 7-0 lead and were possibly going into score to make it 14-0 versus Heritage when there was a scoop and score, and that kind of turned everything. But it should be a battle here today. But if you're looking for a favorite, when you look at those score comparisons, you got to say Midland Dow, and they're looking pretty darn strong on the drive right now. But there's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Oilers. Scooping in to pick it up is going to be Kurt Frilling, and it'll be Oiler football. Kurt Freeling with the recovery, and so it's going to be a fumble, giving it back to the Oilers. And my keys to the game that I didn't really get to in our shortened GI Tech pregame show was turnovers. Always a big factor with these two schools, in particular when you are Midland Dow, you're putting together a drive like that. A little miscommunication on the handoff is going to give the Oilers a chance to come out and run their offense. The Indoramity at quarterback. In the backfield will be Cole Phillips. Might also see Brogan Parks lined up at fullback tight end. Riley Olson, Nick Dice, Jackson Mazurkovich, Easton Day, Max Pritchard, who they're looking to get the football to. They're going to hand this one off to Riley Olson. He's going to spin his way to the 30-yard line. Riley Olson, the junior star for Mount Pleasant. Had an excellent year, wide receiver last year as a sophomore, and also at defensive back. And in particular, the game that they lost, it was Grand Rapids Northview that I believe went on to win the state championship. They had a safety/wide receiver who was going to Stanford, and Riley Olson just absolutely shut him down. I remember talking to him after the game of just saying, you got yourself some college looks after this one. Dromity's going to line up in the shotgun with 4 wide. He's got Olson in the slot to his right. He's looking that way. It's going to be caught by Gagne near the 30 or 5-yard line. It's going to be very close to first down yardage. It will bring up third down. We shot some of our great sponsors here today. The official embroider of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, hanging by a thread. ENS Graphics, GNS Mechanical, Weber Brothers Sawmill. We'll also talk about the timber of the game throughout the night. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, and our friends at Konwinski Construction. Big shout out to everybody being great sponsors, make it possible for me to bring you these high school football games, including a little bit of volleyball last night. And on 3rd and inches, everybody going the wrong way for the Oilers. And so instead of 3rd and inches, it's now going to be 3rd and 5 for Mount Pleasant. No, Coach McIntyre's not happy about that one. Looked like they were lined up in somewhat of a wildcat formation with Dramedy on the sideline. Now looking for the play here. Big 3rd down and 5 here for the Oilers. Coming back into the game is Easton Day along with Cole Phillips. Dramedy's got the play from Coach McIntyre as he heads back in. Do have the play clock here at Midland Community Stadium. Looking good right now for the Oilers. 15 seconds. Shotgun look, 3 wide receivers to the left for Dramedy. Looking that way. Now going to throw it. Gagne's got the catch. Across the 40-yard line with a nice move, and he's going to be brought down at the 45. So first down yardage from the Oilers. And Coach McIntyre talked to me a lot this summer and in training camp about the arm talent, about the overall talent of Ian Dramedy, and you could see it right there. He did a great job looking off the defensive back down into that flat area, and then it really opened up the slant for his wide receiver for the first down catch. Dramedy trotting back in with the play. 8:47 left in our first quarter. We are scoreless. Midland Dow had the ball first. Their 5th play of the drive just inside the Oiler 30. They put it on the ground. Oilers recovered it. Now in business themselves. They sent Olson in motion. They fake it to him. Dramedy now looking to run it all the way to his left. He's not really going to get anything, and that may have been a broken play. It was a high snap that may have forced Dramedy to reconsider trying to hand that one off. And back to us, Kurt Freeling with the fumble recovery for the Oilers. Now they're looking to run their 5th play of the drive. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Again, lots of other games in the mid-Michigan area tonight. Sacred Heart Academy hosting Portland St. Pat's. Shepherd hosting Standish. Beal hosting McBain. Ithaca hosting Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary. And Clare hosting Midland Bullock Creek. The only team on the road, Mount Pleasant Oilers. And we are here covering them tonight at Midland Community Stadium. Thanks to everybody joining us, and thanks to all those sponsors. Looks like Dramedy is changing the play here on 2nd down and 9. He's looking to his right. He wants Gagne again, but it's going to be tipped at the line of scrimmage. A great defensive play from Lucas Studebaker. There's been a few Studebakers over the last few years for the Midland Dow Chargers, or maybe Midland High even, but that's just a fun name to say as a broadcaster. 3rd down and 9 and near midfield for the Oilers. Dramedy coming back in with the play. I see Parks coming back in. I see Olson coming back in. And Brogan Parks had an amazing juggling catch this past week versus Saginaw United in the Oilers' big win, 34-6. Parks is lined up at tight end. There's 3 wide receivers to the right for Dramedy. He's going to roll that way. He's got to put it on the ground. He's going to now throw it at the very last second. It's going to be incomplete as it hit the ground. Still waiting for a signal from the official. There really wasn't any good referees in good position to see if that was a catch or not, but I believe it hit the ground. And I really do like what the officials are doing here. They're kind of all saying, hey, I didn't have a great view of it. Let's make sure we're good to go. And still waiting on the actual signal. Now they're giving a point right now. I think they are going to give him the catch. Again, it was really close. It looked like it was on the ground to me. It's going to bring up 3rd down regardless, but it'll either be 3rd down and 9 or 3rd down and 1. And now they're going to decide exactly where to put the football if they're going to give him credit for the catch. And so it's going to bring up 3rd down and very short here. And right now, you are not happy if you are Coach Matt Peterson from Midland Dow. Because it's very close to first down yardage, and the vantage point that I had, I'm looking over at my camera guy, Adam Gursky. It looked like that did hit the ground. And I'm pretty sure it did. But, hey, I'm going to give these officials credit again because none of them saw it. And they actually just kind of admitted it there. Like, hey, we didn't exactly see what happened. If we think it's a catch, we're going to give them a catch. And so it's looking that way. And now McIntyre's saying, I want another yard or two out there. Give him a moment to thank some more of our great sponsors, like Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our friends at Bryant Family Farms. When I play their brand new commercial that I just made, phone number is going to be incorrect at the end. If you want to get your mom a mum or get your pumpkins for the holidays, they're open every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 to 7, and every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the correct phone number is 989-304-1201. And it will be short of the first down. I also like to thank Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, Block Electric, and Mount Pleasant Public Schools. It's now hiring bus drivers. They also need parapros, substitute teachers. Go to mountpleasantschools.net to get things started. And they actually are going to give them the first down. And whoo, that's what I'm going to go back. If I am Coach Peterson from Dow, I'm gonna remember that one. First down and 10 for the Oilers. Now inside Midland territory. Dromity's got 4 wide, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. They send Olsen in motion. They get it to him on the jet sweep. He's looking to turn the corner. Looks to run through a tackle. Nice open field tackle out there from the Chargers. That was Max Brandt on the takedown of Riley Olsen, but he picks up solid yardage on first down. It's going to bring up second down and 4. Be under 8 minutes remaining here in our first quarter when the Oilers take this snap. This will be the 7th play of the drive coming up. The Oilers start at their own 26-yard line after a fumble recovery from Kurt Freeling in the defense. It wasn't really anything special, just a little miscommunication on the handoff between Zimmer and the quarterback, Deagle, for the Chargers. I formation look for the Oilers. Pitch it now, looking to run something special. Decent Day. Now they're looking for Olsen downfield. Day just lobs it up for him. It's going to be defensive pass interference going against the Chargers. And they might not like it either, but that's the old face guarding PI right there. It was an obvious call for the official. And that'll set the Oilers up with good field position. And give credit to the defensive back for actually staying with Olsen on the reverse. Everybody else from Midland bid on the play. He stayed at home, but still got beat deep on the play by Riley Olsen. So second down and 5, waiting for the official mark-off on the penalty. It'll be another first down for the Oilers, their third of this drive. Dow got the ball, had picked up 2 first downs in 3 plays. But then on the 5th play of the drive, fumbled it in Oiler territory. Kurt Freeling recovered it. Now the Oilers charging against the Chargers at the Dow 29-yard line. Easton Day to the left, Riley Olsen to the right for Ian Duromity. He's also got 2 running backs flanking him to each side. Lined up in a tight end wingback position is Brogan Parks. They're going to run it with Parks as a lead blocker. Cole Phillips has got nowhere to go. Brought down in the backfield. Big tackle from Cooper Austin. 8th play of the drive coming up now for Mount Pleasant, and the first time they have been backed up. Got to give a shout out to more of our friends like the Diner, All Seasons Fireworks, Isabella Bank, Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, our friends at Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, Rick's Food Center, in Mount Pleasant, Rockford, in Ithaca, Gross Farms, Brad Gross Electric, Shavers Bait and Sporting Goods, and our friends at Bogue, Wybanga, and Bradley. 3 wide to the left for Duromity, 1 to the right. He's looking to the left. Zings it in there to Gagne. He makes the catch. He'll get down to the 20-yard line. That appears to be the 3rd time or so that they've gone to Gagne on that inside slant, and it has been effective. Make it 3rd down and manageable for the Oilers. And maybe 4 down territory here. When you've got a weapon like Clay Molyneux, you could pull him out here, but usually you want to save that for... You think, 4th down and 3 at the 20. Most high schools are going to go for that regardless. But when you have a kicker, when you end up with that 4th and goal at the 15 or the 20, that's when it becomes really useful. 4 wide again for Duromity. They fake the handoff. Duromity rolling to his right. He looks to zip it in there. It's almost intercepted. It goes right through the hands of Zimmer. Not a great throw from Ian Duromity, and it looked like he had some space to run that one there. In particular, you consider with 4th down coming up, you're going to go for it, but Duromity tried to use that arm to zip it in there. Zimmer stepped in front of it, but he couldn't bring it down. 10th play of the drive coming up for the Oilers. They started at their own 26-yard line with 10:23 left in the first quarter. They have now chewed over 4 minutes off the clock and are now at a double-digit place. Metner, Bridget, French, Ludu Thompson, and Wallace doing a solid job on the line right now. Cole Phillips in the backfield. I don't think he's going to get a handoff here on fourth down. There's 4 wide for Dramedy. He's got some time in the pocket. Looks to throw it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. A little miscommunication there. Riley Olson and Easton Day were on that side of the field, but neither of them were ready for it. It's going to be a turnover on downs. It's going to keep the score at 0 apiece. Well, this is what you expect when these two teams battle. 6 minutes left to go in our first quarter. Midland Dow football. Their own 21-yard line. They looked really good moving it the last time they had it, but stalled out because of that fumble. Oilers charged downfield. They did get a defensive pass interference to put them in better position. Then they turn it over on downs, going for it on the fourth down. We'll call it 8. Shotgun look. Play action. In the backfield are the Oilers, and going down is Deagle. Getting back there to bring him down was Tyler McGee. Huge play for the Oilers to start off this defensive series with McGee getting in the backfield. It's only a 2-yard loss. Stepping up into the pocket was Deagle, but there was nowhere for him to go with McGee charging in from his linebacker position. Deagle coming in with the play. Talk about the defense again. You're going to see him line up in a 3-4 most of the night. In the defensive backfield, it's Dice, Garcia, Pritchard, and Gagne. The linebackers, the aforementioned McGee, Flax, Parks, and Castellan. Hoffman, Jefferson, Hope on the defensive line. Shotgun look. Hand it off up the middle. Zimmer's got some space. He's across the 25-yard line. Spins to the 28 before he's brought down. Big second down run there. Maybe 8 or 9 yards for the Chargers. Right up the middle and a big-time hole for the running back, Jamison Zimmer. Big third down here for the Oilers. You can hold them. They're definitely going to punt the football here. Shotgun look again for Deagle. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left, kind of also a wing tight end that way as well. Running back Zimmer is lined up to the right of the quarterback. They're looking to the sideline. Looks like there's a little confusion on the play. So we're now under 10 seconds remaining. We will have a timeout on the field coming from the Chargers. Big third down when we come back. Time to take a little break to hear from some of our great sponsors. Back with more Friday Night Lights right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes competing for their schools. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Big third down. Welcome back to the Mid-Michigan Sports Network on our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Shotgun look, 4 wide for Deagle. Takes snap. Actually, you got some jumping off sides. We do have a different quarterback in there. It was Nate Schultz that was now in at quarterback instead of Deagle. And Deagle's on the sideline still getting the play, but we had some whistles before the play. I think it was another timeout. And waiting to see who that called that one. Actually, that was another Dow timeout. Oh, man. And so Coach Peterson didn't like what he saw. You rarely see 2 timeouts burn in a row like that. And so that will give me another break to play. You know, one of my brand new sponsors here, their ad, Bryant Family Farms, said they got mums, they've got pumpkins for your mom. Go hook up your mom. But the phone number at the end of this spot is wrong. Ben Bryant, my main man, we will get this right. Actually, Chargers did not take a very long time out, so we'll keep it right here. We'll hear from Bryant Family Farms in just a minute. Third down and 3 from their own 28 for the Chargers. Looking to throw is Deagle. Quick throw over to the sideline. It's going to be caught. Great play call. I don't mind that second timeout as Wyatt Altman makes his second catch for a first down already here in the first quarter. That will move the chains for the Chargers. 4:30 left to go here in our first quarter. Still tied up at 0. Chargers moved it and fumbled it on their first drive. The Oilers had a 10-play drive and ultimately turned it over on downs near the red zone. Handoff up the middle. Nowhere for Zimmer to go that time. Big hit out there. We talk about that J&J Auto Collision Report. Adrian Castellan laying the lumber right there, as also bring up a little Weber Brothers Sawmill action too. But a big hit. Fifth play of the drive coming up, 2nd down and 7 for the Chargers. Got 4 minutes remaining in our first quarter. The Oilers in the 3-4. They've got about 5 guys lined up just a few yards behind that line of scrimmage. Fumbled snap, but there's still time for the quarterback to throw in a big hit out there from Brogan Parks. It wasn't a bad throw from Deagle. It was caught, but as soon as it was caught, Brogan Parks was all over the wide receiver. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. And another big 3rd down here on this Midland Dow drive. Get already used 2 timeouts just moments ago. But that 2nd timeout, ultimately a good one, as they kept the drive alive, the 3rd down conversion. About the Charger 42. Be a shotgun look for Deagle. He's got 3 wide receivers to his left. He's got 1 to his right. Zimmer in the backfield with him. Now they motion him out to the left. They're going to throw it out to him in the flat. He's got to find some space. He's going to fall just forward of the 1st down yard line. Big run right there after the catch from Jamison Zimmer. That was well as your Coach Peterson. You just said, we're going to put the ball in the hands of one of our best playmakers and see what he can make happen out there. So 1st down for the Chargers. Still near midfield. 7th play of the drive coming up. 4 wide for the quarterback. 3 of them to the right. They man out in motion again. Now they're going to run the fake. They throw it out. It's caught. Big hit out there from Mr. Nick Dice, but it's a big completion for the Chargers, about 25 yards or so. Now they're charging right down the field again as I continue to use that terrible punt. Now 1st down and 10 at the Oiler 35-yard line. This is right around where they fumbled it on their last possession. A couple substitutions coming in and out for that Oiler defense. So Brogan Parks and McGee out there in the middle of that defensive linebacker front. Shotgun look for Deagle once again. Zimmer remains in the backfield with him. They hand it off to him on a little bit of a draw. Decent running room out there. Short pickup, but you'll take it on 1st down. On the stop for the Oilers, Jacob Bridget. Actually, not a good spot out there. As I said, you take it on 1st down. They're only going to give him 1.5 yards or 2. 1:50 left in our first quarter. Still scoreless, the Midland Dow Chargers and the Mount Pleasant Oilers. Deagle is now going to line up at wide receiver, and once again, they are bringing Nate Schultz into the backfield with Zimmer, and now send Deagle in motion. They go to Schultz. They're looking to run the option. Nice job of Schultz turning it back inside to get down to the 30-yard line. Play was read all the way by the Oilers, but it was some athleticism from Schultz to make something out of it. Be the 10th play of the drive coming up here. Already, 2, 3, 3rd down. Actually, be 9th play of the drive coming up, actually, because they've had all 3rd down conversions. And the Spockman unofficial stats are math not included. I'll make that joke. 5 wide for Deagle. So he goes into the empty backfield. They're going to send Zimmer in motion. Watch out for him on the jet sweep. They don't even fake it to him. They're looking to go down the middle of the field. There's some open running room for Deagle. He's going to be really close to the 1st down. He's brought down at the 25-yard line. Nice tackle out there from Kurt Freeling for the Oilers. But again, that is going to be very close to 1st down yards, and they will give it to him. That is the 4th 1st down on the drive. 10 plays. This will be the 11th coming up for the Chargers. What a drive they've put together. They started at their own 21 with 6:02 left to go in this first quarter, and we are now 35 seconds or so remaining in this first. If they had just churned some clock and been able to move the ball downfield at will against this Oiler defense. Deagle in the gun. Zimmer lined up next to him. Hand it off to him. Nice pull there from the guard, but a big hit out there in the middle of the field. I see McGee getting up out of that pile along with Zay Rodriguez for the Oilers. And that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. We're going to hear from our friends Bryant Family Farms here as we head to the second quarter. Actually, Dow's running up to run a play. I don't think they're going to get it off. Yes, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Chargers in business when we come back after we hear from our friends at Bryant Family Farms.
For grown-in Mid-Michigan mums, visit Bryant Family Farms in Shepherd. Moms love mums, so show your mom some love with Bryant Family Farms. Bryant Family Farms also offers maple syrup, pumpkins, beef, goats, and fresh-cut flowers with you-pick, bouquet arrangements, and subscription flowers. Show your mom some love this fall with Bryant Family Farms, 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road. Visit BryantFF.com or call 989-302-1201.
All right, and caveat, that is not the correct phone number. The correct phone number for Bryant Family Farms is 989-304-1201. My apologies to Jessica, Ben, and the crew. A little too late to change that, though, and I still wanted to play them the cool commercial. I was out there earlier this week. The mums, oh, they are absolutely beautiful. You've got to go check it out. Chris Bachman, buddy Adam Gursky here with you. High school football on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. We're scoreless after the first quarter. Mount Pleasant 0, Midland Dow 0. Our first look at the Oilers this year. They had one possession, went 10 plays, picked up a few first downs, but ultimately turned it over on downs near the red zone. Chargers back out on the offensive attack. This will be the 12th play of the drive coming up. They've picked up several first downs as well. We have a score update. Standish Sterling up 14-0 against Shepherd with 1:20 left in the first quarter. Big shout to Allison Curtis for those updates. Zimmer gets the handoff. There's a lot of Oilers in the backfield, but none of them can get their hands on Zimmer. He's going to pick up very close to first down yardage on this run. We'll see if they give it to him on the spot or not. Yeah, it will be another first down. Their 5th first down on this drive. If you are a coach, you absolutely love that. Deagle remains in the gun. Zimmer in the backfield with him. Seems like Zimmer and Altman are the two guys they really want to get the football to, along with Schultz, who's been lined up in the Wildcat. Quick throw over. It's going to be complete at the 10-yard line. Nice tackle by Riley Olson. On the catch there was Ben Marinick for Midland Dow. 14th play of the drive coming up here for the Chargers. And they can still pick up another first down outside the 5-yard line here. Deagle coming in with the play. Oiler defense just awaiting. Shotgun look, 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left, kind of an up back lined up behind the left tackle, and Zimmer in the backfield. Handed off to Zimmer. Nice job getting into the backfield from the Oiler defense. In on that play was Caleb Flax along with a couple others. Flax coming from his outside linebacker position is going to make it 3rd down, and we'll call it 5. And really, really tough spot here if you're the Chargers. Do you have the kicking game if 4th down comes up here? Because this is close enough, and the type of situation, the type of game where you think, hey, if we can just get some points on the board here, it might go an awful long way in helping us win this ball game. Send a man in motion. Immediate trouble in the backfield. It's a little bubble screen, and it's open. 1 man to beat, but Riley Olson brings down the ball carrier. But it will be first down yardage as, again, the Chargers are able to get inside the 5 and pick up that first down. So it'll be first down and goal for the Chargers. That was their 6th first down on the drive. This will be play number 16 coming up for the Chargers. This drive started at their own 21 with 6 minutes left in the first quarter. We're nearly 10 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. What a drive from Deagle, Zimmer, and the rest of the Chargers here. Shotgun look at the 3. Deagle hands it off to Zimmer. He's looking for space, but he's swallowed up quickly by a host. McGee out there, Freeling out there. Also in on the play was Nick Dice possibly too. Just a whole lot of white jerseys at the point of attack there. 2nd down and goal now from the 5-yard line. Play 17 of the drive coming up for the Chargers. Another shotgun look for Deagle. He's got 2 wide receivers to his right. A tight end, kind of a running back lined up right behind the tight end. They look to fake it that way. Now throw it over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. A little too much on that one from Deagle as he was looking for Marinette going over the middle on the slot. They had it open. It was a nice motion at the line of scrimmage, kind of somewhat of a fake to create that opening. But it's now 3rd down and 5 or 3rd down and goal from the 5. And oh boy, one of the longest drives I've ever seen in high school football. 18th play coming up. 6 first downs on the drive. And if you're Mount Pleasant, now you think if we can get 2 stops and they come up with nothing, that is going to be a big-time momentum shift going the way of the Oilers. Shotgun look for Deagle. He's got 2 wide, 2 tight ends. Zimmer lined up in the backfield. They're going to pitch it to him. He's got to turn it inside. He's going to be brought down by Freeling at the 5. So it's going to bring up 4th down and goal. And this could be quite the stand from the Oiler defense. And it does look like the Chargers are sending out the kicking team to get 3 points on the board. 4th down and goal from the 5. Out there to kick it for the Chargers is going to be Gabe Yanarella. Big moment right here in this ball game. Oilers not really. Actually, they do kind of block. They do block it. The Oilers block it into the end zone. Going to dive on it are the Oilers, and it goes out of bounds. And so I believe that'll be a touchback. The kind of rare thing. You see the kick blocked. It goes into the end zone. I didn't see who came up with it. Dice is acting like it was him. I believe also Olsen might have been in on the play as well. And we now do have a flag on the field. It's going to be offsides going against the Oilers. And so they'll mark off 5 or half the distance to the goal, but we will do 4th down again. And now decision time for the Chargers. You just had that one blocked. Do you come out and try it again, or you go for the touchdown? Man, what a moment in this ball game. We are still scoreless. 9 minutes, 8:59 exactly remaining, and the offense is coming out on the field for the Chargers on this 4th down play. 19 of the drive. 4th down and goal from the 5. Zimmer lined up at tailback. Now, Coach McIntyre wants to know, I think, exactly what happened. It was a very late flag coming in for the offsides when I kind of replay that. It will be a timeout from the Oilers. Man, so what did the 4th down play happened? The Oilers blocked the field goal, went out of the back of the other side of the end zone, I should say. And the call from the official was offsides. The flag was, right in the middle of the field, I'll say. 4th down and 2. Huge play coming up. You could call it 4th down and 3 if you want it. And after this timeout, I believe the Chargers are still going to send out their offense. Again, we could have sent it out to another commercial break to hear from some of our friends like G&S Mechanical, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply. But, oh, boy, we do not want to miss this monster 4th down. Also, thanks to our friends, Bird All-American Grill, Bill's Custom Fab, Gates Drilling and Service, and the Barberry Law Firms. We're coming to you from the Barberry Law Studios. Talk about the Bill's Custom Fab fabrication of the game. Play of the game could be right here on this 4th down and 2 with 8:59 left in our second quarter. Deagle in the gun. Lined up next to him is Zimmer. I got a feeling he's going to get the football. They do give it to him. He's got an opening off the left side, and he takes it in for the 2-yard touchdown run on the 19th play of the drive. Woo, boy. The Oiler defense, you can't say they necessarily played bad there, but give credit to Midland Dow. Every time they had to have it, they made it happen. A host of 3rd down conversions on that drive, and they now lead it 6-0. And out there for the extra point is Boston Diamond. Pardon me as I got that one incorrect earlier. And a big shout to my buddy Adam Gursky. Helped me out with that and helped me out with the camera. It's a high snap. They still get it up, and it's good. Great job by the snapper. We've got a very, very late flag coming in as well. We'll get to that after we come back from a little bit of a break to hear from our sponsors. It is 7-0 Dow over Mount Pleasant with 8:54 left to go in our second quarter on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
GNS Mechanical in Wademan offers service and installation on everything for your home and business. From a simple filter replacement to furnace, central air service, and install, geothermal, and walk-in coolers and freezers. If you have a need, GNS Mechanical has a solution. Learn more at gnsmechanical.com or call 989-644-2106.
Mumford Oil and Gas Supply is your one-stop shop for top quality products and procurement in the Michigan oil and gas industry. With over 45 years of experience and a strong commitment to customer satisfaction, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply delivers the best solutions for your oil and gas production, drilling, and service needs. If you need it, Mumford Oil and Gas Supply can get it. Visit them on Fancher today or give them a call at 989-317-8582.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law studios. Here comes the kick from Boston Diamond. Riley Olson back to field it right at the goal line as it was a shorter kick because of a personal foul penalty going against the Oilers. Olson battling his way across the 20-yard line to the 21, and that is where the Oilers will start a very important possession. 8:46 left to go in our second quarter. A 9-minute drive from the Chargers has put all the momentum on the home side of this stadium. Mount Pleasant still a lot of time in this football game to answer back, but it seems crazy. They had a 10-play drive, and that's not the longest drive of the game. Duromedy back out there with the offense. Phillips going to be in the backfield with him. Still need to get him going. Easton Day lined up to the right, the lone wide receiver. Riley Olson, the wide receiver to the left. Zerkovich also lined up out there in the slot. They hand it off to Phillips. He's looking for some room, and there was nowhere to go. Big defensive play from Jay Stevens from Midland Dow. He's going to make it 2nd down and 12. So that one actually went backwards. As soon as Phillips had the ball in his hand, there was a defender waiting there for him. But if you're Midland Dow, you come into this game. I don't know if any of them looked it up, but 1990, the last time they were 0-3 before, well, any of these kids were born out on the field, probably even before some of these coaches were born. Romedy has the play. Line up in the gun. He's got McGee out there, lined up right behind the right tackle. It's kind of an extra offensive lineman as they've also got 4 wide. Send a man in motion. Fake it one way. Now look to throw the screen over to the other side and Easton Day. Gets by one initial offender, but then he's brought down. Great hustle there from his defensive line position by Scott Cooper. Cooper's 6'2", 295 playing on the defensive line. He was able to hustle over to the sideline to help make that play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Oilers. 7:40 left in our second quarter. The last thing you want to do if you're Mount Pleasant is not pick up this 3rd down and put your defense back out there after just 3 plays, after we saw Dow go on that 9-minute, 19-play drive. Again, I might be a play or 2 off there, but it was a whole heck of a lot. Oilers are huddled up. Just 4 seconds left in the play clock. They're going to have to burn a timeout here. And so on this 3rd down and 6, we'll get it when we come back. Timeout from the Oilers. Big 3rd down coming back from Mount Pleasant here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Weber Brothers Sawmill has been in the sawmill and logging business since 1950. Weber Brothers Sawmill buys standing timber and logs all over central and northern Michigan with National Hardwood Lumber Association certification. You can be assured of a professional job, from the marking and cruising of your woods through the harvest. Weber Brothers Sawmill is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
Let's head.
Welcome back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Quick 3rd down throw. It's going to be complete for 1st down yardage if they give him the correct spot, and it will be a 1st down. A nice toss, a nice catch on that far sideline for the 1st down for the Oilers, or maybe, and they will give him 1st down yardage. And that was big time right there from Mount Pleasant. The last thing you wanted to do is after that 9-minute drive from the Chargers was put them right back out there on the field. First down and 10 for the Oilers. Ball at their own 32-yard line. Another big shout out to Allison Curtis providing me some updates with the Shepherd game. We'll get some updates coming from other places as well. It's now 20-0 Standish on top over Shepherd. Dramedy with a throw over the middle. It's caught by Mazurkovic in traffic. Big-time catch right there from the wide receiver. As he brings it down, it'll be second down and short for the Oilers. That was one of those catches you think about an NFL player kind of going over the middle and making. He was able to snatch it down, got hit from behind and in front, and was still able to hang on to the football. Big-time catch out there from Jack Mazurkovic. Fifth play of the drive coming up now for the Oilers. And we'll pick up that big third down conversion moments ago. We're already halfway through this second quarter. Again, the Chargers had a 9-minute, 19-play drive, resulted in 7 points. The Oilers trying to answer back. Quick bubble screen over to Gagne. He's got to get by one guy to pick up the first down. He's able to do that near the 44-yard line, I'll call it. It's another first down for the Oilers. And that may be the theme here in this ball game. Doesn't seem like either team wants to allow the big play. They're going to make you go down the field in little teeny chunks. And so it'll be first down yardage for the Oilers. Dramedy getting the play. Trotting back in with it. Easton, Day, Riley, Olsen, two deadly wide receivers. Day, the senior, Olsen, the junior. Day will be split out to the left, Riley, Olsen to the right. Essentially three running backs in the backfield with Dramedy, two next to him in the shotgun, and the up back is Brogan Parks. They hand off, looking to find some room is Cole Phillips. He's going to fall forward, maybe pick up a gain of 4 or 5. Midland Dow Charger defensive front is doing a really good job right now, kind of eating things up, and a lot of it's got to do with the big man, Scott Cooper. You know, 6'2", 295. That's the type of thing that every once in a while I'm going to be able to run around him, but if I'm going to compare it to me, if he gets his hands on me, there's not really a whole lot I'm going to be able to do. Second down and 7 for Mount Pleasant. Near midfield. Shotgun look for the Oilers. Three wide receivers. Riley Olsen in the slot to the right of Ian Dramedy. They're going to pitch it to him looking for the reverse. And they got some room to the outside. He's got one man to beat. He gets by him. Across the 40, across the 30, across the 20. Actually dives down. What an open field tackle from the Chargers. I'm waiting to get the number. Holy moly. Making that play was Caden Stefanich. I didn't think anybody had a chance of catching Riley Olsen, but Stefanich got the angle, and then he got the ankle of Riley Olsen to bring him down. But it's a big first down for the Oilers, and you see why you want to get the ball in the hands of Riley Olsen any way you can. 4:37 left to go in our first half. 7-0, the Chargers with the lead. Olsen in the slot to the right of Dramedy. Hand it off, up the middle. Actually, it's a fake handoff, and they faked me out, but it did not fake out the defense. And on that play for the Chargers was Garrett Tolis. So it's going to be another loss on first down for the Oilers. This is the second time it's happened to them on this drive. When they got put behind the chains earlier, it didn't matter. They were still able to convert. Ball now on the Charger 22-yard line. Second down and 11. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side for Dramedy. Phillips lined up in the backfield with him. Dramedy rolling to his right. Now looking to throw it back over field. He gets away from one man. Now rolling back to his left, running for his life. He stays on his feet. Now he's across the line of scrimmage. It goes out of bounds. A wonderful effort from Ian Dramedy, and also a good decision maybe not to wing that one downfield as well. Live to fight for another day. Because, again, I believe you're in 4-down territory here. Clay Molyneux is capable of knocking down that 38, 40-yarder without a doubt. But when you're down 7-0, you want to punch this one into the end zone. And Midland Dow did get the football to start the game. And so if you're the Oilers, there's 3:50 left to go in our second quarter. It is 3rd down and 10, but you'd love to get a first down here, run another minute or 2 off the clock, punch it in, going to halftime with the score 7-7, and you get the ball back. It'll be Phillips and Dramedy in the backfield. Zurkovic lined up in the slot to the right of Dramedy. We've got a flag down. It's going to be a delay of game going against Mount Pleasant, and not the time to get the delay of game. And you just kind of point to the play clock out here, and if you're not used to having it out here, you might not take advantage of it. But that's going to be 5 more yards that the Oilers have got to pick up. But I'll say it again. I think they got 2 downs here to pick it up. 3rd down and 15. You don't need to get the full 15 here. See Eric Gagne coming back into the game. They've done a really nice job hitting him in the slot when he's been out there. Big third down here. And it's Gagne lined up in the slot to the right of Dramedy. They're looking that way. And actually, it's going to be caught by Olsen a little deeper downfield, but he makes the catch just outside the 10-yard line. And we got a big fourth down coming up here. I imagine the Oilers are going to go for it, but again, you do have a solid kicker in Clay Molyneux. Waiting to see exactly where the chain game stops. So it's just going to be 4th down and 2. 3:20 left to go. The Oilers turned it over on downs the last time they were in this situation. Big 4th down here. 2 wide for Dramedy. Phillips in the backfield with them. Dramedy looking to the sideline. The Oilers do have one timeout if they want to use it, and they will use it. So we'll take a quick break here. Be back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Big 4th down coming right up.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
When your team or business needs to look good, don't get left hanging. Call or stop by Hanging by a Thread in Wademan, the official embroiders for the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Hanging by a Thread, a proud supporter of local schools.
Back to the action on the Mid.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Here we go. 4th down and 2 for the Oilers. At the Charger 13. They're going to line up in the I formation. Deep back is going to be Phillips. Riley Olsen's lined up in the slot to the right of Dramedy. They're going to pitch it to Phillips. He's looking to get the yardage. It's not there. He's going to be brought down at the line of scrimmage. A huge stop from the Charger defense. In on the tackle was Jay Stevens. A couple times we have called his name in the first half, making big defensive plays for the Chargers. You start to think about that Weber Brothers sawmill timber of the game. Jay Stevens making his case right now for Midland Dow, and you got to have a pretty special game for me to go with somebody from Midland Dow over Mount Pleasant, but two local teams here, they deserve the credit. They are going to get it, and Jay Stevens, I think that's the second. He might have had the 4th down stop earlier as well. Just a big-time play there. 3:05 left to go in the second quarter. Chargers have it at their own 14-yard line. If you're Mount Pleasant, you can still get a stop here and try and make something happen before the half. Shotgun look. Quick throw over. It's caught at the 25-yard line. Looking to dance and make a move over there. Picking up a couple extra yards is the wide receiver, Yanarella. Nice throw from Deagle on that one. That was just a nice on-time route and throw there from the Chargers. Deagle's dropped back. What was that 5-7 stop drop? And then swoop, singed it out there. Shotgun look again for the Chargers. Hand it off up the middle. Nowhere for Zimmer to go on this one. Bring up 2nd down. The Chargers don't appear in being too big of a hurry here. Some slow substitutions coming in. 2:38 left to go in our second quarter. The Chargers lead this one 7-0 over Mount Pleasant. So one score update I've been getting from Shepard. Not going good against Standish Sterling. 20-0 the score there. Halftime, we'll check some of those other scores as well. So everybody at home tonight except for the Oilers here on the road at Midland Community Stadium. 2 wide receivers to the right for Deagle. Lined up in the backfield with him is Zimmer. He's got some time to throw. Pump fakes. Now goes long. It's going to be caught at the 45. Oh, they're going to say incomplete. As he was going out of bounds, making the catch was the wide receiver, Altman. And Altman did everything you want him to do there. He brought down the catch. It was just a little too far out of bounds. Nick Dice looked like he was trying to jump the route for Mount Pleasant. Just mistimed that one a little bit. But if Dice came up with that, he's going into the end zone for 6. 3rd down and 9 for the Chargers. And I think after that close call somewhat there, if you are Midland Dow, Coach Peterson, might say let's just keep it on the ground here. Things have been going all right. Send Zimmer in motion. Fake the throw to him in the flat. Now they go to the bubble screen. Oh, boy! Woo, Brogan Parks with the monster hit out there. The 3-year varsity player just laying the lumber. J&J Auto Collision Report brought to you by Brogan Parks as he just laid out the would-be screener. Or not the screener, the screen E is maybe what you'd say. 4th down and 10. And this could actually be the first punt we've seen of the game. It's only Dow's 3rd possession. Mount Pleasant's only had 2 possessions in this first half. Both of them stalled out after 10 plays. Dow's first drive was a fumble recovered by the Oilers, and Kurt Freeling, their second drive, went 19 plays. Well, this one, 5th play of the drive here on this 4th down, but they're looking to punt it away. And the clock will run to 0, so it'll be a delay of game going against the Chargers. And this is what you like right now if you're Mount Pleasant. You don't have any timeouts left, but you have one of your most dangerous guys back to return in Riley Olsen. And if I am Mr. Nate Schultz, who appears to be doing the punting for the Chargers, that is one thing, Coach, going to make sure he does not do. If I'm Coach Peterson, I say just don't let 10 return this one. I don't really care where they get the football. We should be able to maybe get a stop here. A lot of time on the punt. It will be a line drive kick, not returnable. Really, really good line drive kick. And it's going to take a nice Dow roll all the way down to the Mount Pleasant 27-yard line. And that is where they will start with just 1:01 left to go here in our first half. Our score 7-0. Bubba McClain join us at the half. Talk about what these Oilers got to do to win this game in the second half. And, oh, boy, this is going to be a game. You got a feeling it might come down to the last drive. Oilers will get the football to start the second half. And so you don't need to really try and, feel like if Dow was getting the ball to start the second half, you might try something a little tricky here. But I think when you know you're getting the ball back, you've been somewhat successful on offense. You just want to take your time here. If you do see something open, if you're Duromedy, make it happen. But no big mistakes right now. 2 wide receivers for the Oilers lined up to the right of Duromedy. They're going to look to throw it right away. Duromedy's got to step up. Now he's being chased. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Sack is going to go to Mr. Cooper Austin. Call his name a couple times in this first half as well for this Dow Charger team. So that's going to back up the Oilers 6-7 yards there. But again, if you're Duromedy, the situation you're in right now, you don't want to try and do anything wild and crazy. So I really don't mind that right there. Oilers might just run one more play here and head to halftime with our score 7-0. And you just don't see that a whole lot in high school football. A 7-0 score at the half. Something special. Shotgun look for Duromedy. Olsen, Day lined up. Going to hand this one off to Olsen, see if he can find some room to the inside. He does have some running room. Gets a big block, decent block downfield. Now he's across the 40-yard line. But there is no timeouts remaining for Mount Pleasant, so I think that will probably bring us to the end of the half. Actually, the Oilers are lining up, looking to spike this one on the ground, and they will be able to do so. So we will have one more Mount Pleasant play here before the half. So we'll call it the 4th play of the drive or so after they picked up that first down. I don't know if you're going to try and have Duromedy going long here to the end zone, or maybe you just run a play and see if you can find the big opening. Dow does have one guy lined up all the way back at the 20. 3 guys lined up about 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. It's technically the 5th play of the drive coming up after that spike. They're going to hand it off to Riley Olsen again, just seeing one of their best athletes can make a play out there. We brought down near the 50, and that will bring us to the half. What a battle of a first half it was. The Oilers had 2 10-play drives that came up with nothing. The Chargers' only drive that came up with something was a 19-play drive that took 9 minutes off the clock. That is the difference in the game, and I don't really ever think of the Bills' custom fabrication of the game as a drive, but right now, that's kind of what this game is all about, is that big 9-minute drive from the Chargers to have them up 7-0 heading to the half. Hopefully talk with Jason Bubba McClain, but they might have a lot to work on here at the half, so we'll see if he's able to make it up and chat with us. We got lots of what's coming up here for you on the Gates Drilling and Service Halftime Report here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
The Gates Drilling and Service Halftime Show is coming up right after this.
Jenna Gates.
And Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Welcome on into the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Our halftime score, 7-0. Yeah, you just don't really say that a whole lot when it comes to high school football. Usually one team is way up or you got a bunch of points on the board, but no. 7-0 our halftime score. And Standish Sterling not going well for the Shepherd Blue Jays as they are down 27-0. Big shout out to Allison Curtis and our friends at the Bird All-American Grill for providing me those updates. 27-0 Standish with the lead over Shepherd. We'll see if we can get some other halftime scores. Midland Dow band out on the field right now. Always does a terrific job. 186 into that Charger band. Thanks to more of our friends here today, like J&J Auto, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC, Konwinski Construction, Weber Brothers Sawmill. We'll continue to talk about that timber of the game throughout the second half. Mumford Oil and Gas Supply, ENS Graphics, GNS Mechanical, and Hanging by a Thread. Time for a quick break here on our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. We'll come back. We'll see if we can catch up with Bubba McClain. If not, we'll just kind of go through that drive chart. It wasn't a whole lot of them, but boy, we'll talk about that big 19-play drive from the Chargers. 7-0 our halftime score. Back with more of the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Papa, we did all that when I was little.
I guess you're right. Marbury Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
For over 4 decades, ENS Graphics has delivered confidence, trust, and peace of mind by providing their customers with expert service and using state-of-the-art technology. We all know in sports, what's on the inside counts the most. But when it comes to your business, school, organization, what's on the outside does matter. If your business needs anything printed, ENS Graphics can do it. If you want your club, team, organization to look good, ENS can help with that. They take your vision and make it their mission. ENS Graphics, a proud supporter of the Mid-Michigan community and their local athletes. Visit ENS Graphics at their location down in Ithaca or visit their website at esgraphics.com. ENS Graphics, printing all things physical.
Welcome back inside our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Our halftime score, Midland Dow 7, Mount Pleasant 0. Kind of reset things here with you with my derived chart and some Spock's unofficial stats. Midland Dow got the ball to start the game at their own 25-yard line. We're really moving it well. Got into Oiler territory near the 35 or so before they had a fumble recovered by Kurt Freeling for the Oilers. Oilers then put together a really strong 10-play drive, picked up 3 first downs, 1 out of defensive pass interference. Might have even been on 4th down when they got that as well. But they ultimately had a turnover on downs near the red zone. Midland Dow got the ball with 6:02 left in the first quarter at their own 21-yard line. They ran 19 plays. They picked up 6 first downs. They took 9 minutes off the clock as Zimmer was able to punch it in. Jamison Zimmer with a short 3-yard touchdown run. After that 9-minute drive, the Oilers got it back with just 8:46 left in the half. It's one of the longest drives I've seen in high school football, play-wise and time-wise. The Oilers then were able to run 10 plays themselves and then take about 5.5 minutes off the clock. But it was ultimately another turnover on downs. Chargers got the ball at their own 13, were able to pick up one first down, punted it back to the Oilers, ran four plays, picked up one first down again. Then ultimately near midfield is when we reached halftime. 7-0 our score. You think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Well, right now looking to have to go Midland Dow's way because Jamison Zimmer has been fantastic from his running back spot, but also on the line. Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, Scott Cooper, 6'2", 295. Woo, he has made some big plays out there, and he can move as well. 7-0 our halftime score. Time for This Week in MHSA Sports with John Ross, and also hear from our friends at Isabella Bank. Be back with your second half. Well, we'll be back with more of our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report right after this, but this is kind of that couple minutes where this guy can go take himself a little bit of a break. It's time for This Week at MHSA Sports with John Ross. Hear from our friends at Isabella Bank. Our halftime score, 7-0. Mount Pleasant trailing Midland Dow. Talk about what the Oilers got to do to win in this second half and more. Our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
When it comes to banking, you deserve a partner committed to putting their customers and communities first. For over 120 years, Isabella Bank has been saving, lending, planning, and investing in your community. When you bank with us, your money stays here, doing good things every day, driving positive change, and strengthening the local community. Isabella Bank. We're local, we're growing, we're staying. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
4 former MHSAA pitchers have MLB wins, and we're less than 3 weeks away from releasing soccer postseason brackets. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. 8 years ago, in 2016, Spencer Schwellenbach, Jeff Criswell, Carl Kaufman, and Tommy Henry were all pitching for their high school teams in Michigan. Schwellenbach at Saginaw Heritage, Criswell at Portage Central, Kaufman at Bloomfield Hills Brother Rice, and Henry at Portage Northern. 3 of them would go on to pitch at the University of Michigan together, Criswell, Kaufman, and Henry, where they helped the Wolverines to the 2019 College World Series Finals, losing to Vanderbilt. Schwellenbach pitched at Nebraska, and now all 4 have won a game in the major leagues. Henry was drafted by the Diamondbacks and got his first major league victory in 2022. Kaufman was picked by the Rockies and notched career win number 1 last season. Criswell was drafted by the A's and traded to Colorado, so he's once again Kaufman's teammate, and he recorded his first win this season. And Schwellenbach was taken by the Atlanta Braves and also got his first win earlier this year. Now, they've all got some catching up to do to match former Lansing Waverly star John Smoltz's major league win number. The MLB Hall of Famer tallied 213 wins in his 21-year career. The MHSAA baseball record book and finals archives are all online. Just go to MHSAA.com and click on baseball. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. Bay City Western's Kayla Montcalm. She shot a championship best 89 to help lead Western to the Bay County Girls Golf Championship. Kingsley's Jenna Middleton. She led the way with 45 kills over 6 matches as Kingsley went 6-0 to win their own volleyball invite. And to Armada's Jackson Malberg, he scored 2 touchdowns in a 14-0 win over Croswell Lexington, Armada's first win over Croslex since 2004.
Have a recent high school grad? They could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
Today we're talking roster sizes and uniforms in cross country. In the regular season, a school can enter a maximum of 12 competitors, and the top 7 contribute to the school's score. In the postseason, schools can enter a max of 7 runners, with the top 5 contributing to the team's score. In the past, all members of a team had to wear identical uniforms, but that's no longer the case. Now, each runner must wear a uniform that clearly indicates their team through the use of their predominant school colors, school logo, or nickname. They don't have to be identical, but the school they are representing must be obvious, and it must be clear who your teammates are. Something to think about the next time you're getting ready to run 3.1 miles.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. While it may feel like the school year just started, believe it or not, we're just 4 weeks from the start of the boys' soccer postseason. A majority of teams in the state are about halfway through their regular seasons, and district play starts Wednesday, October 9th. The postseason brackets will be released on September 29th. District winners advance to regionals starting October 22nd, and the semifinals are on October 30th. The finals will once again be at Grand Ledge High School, with all 4 division championships taking place on Saturday, November 2nd. The Division 4 final will start things off that day at 10 a.m., followed by Division 3 at 12:30, Division 2 at 3:30, and Division 1 at 6 o'clock. And all 4 finals can be seen live on the NFHS network. Last year, Troy Athens, Grand Rapids Christian, Hudsonville Unity Christian, and Muskegon Western Michigan Christian were all crowned champions. Each team's Michigan Power Rating, which is used to determine the seeds in each district, can be found online. Just go to MHSAA.com, select soccer, and then MPR. Also on the soccer page, learn more about red cards, handballs, and the offside rule. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
Welcome back inside the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. 7-0 our score. Dow Chargers with the lead over Mount Pleasant. Difference in the game, a 19-play drive. Oilers technically winning the turnover battle. Technically not doing bad on the field. They picked up some first downs, but it's the 19-play drive that's the difference. 9 minutes chewed up by the Chargers. Allowed for only 3 possessions for the Oilers and 3 possessions for the Chargers. Only one of them punched in. That is our difference in the game. Going to take another break here on our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. When we come back, we'll get you set up for the second half. Mount Pleasant, Midland Dow on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years.
Jenna Gates
and Kyle Gates here. We are the 5th generation with Gates Drilling and Service.
We've been serving our friends and neighbors in Michigan since 1893.
We have the latest and greatest well drilling technology, allowing us to put in wells where others can't.
Lake lots and tight spaces are no problem.
From our family to yours, thank you, and call at 989-772-7841 for all your well drilling and service needs.
Gates Drilling and Service, where Gates goes, water flows.
Bill's Custom Fab can handle any job you need, from large-scale steel building projects to fixing your favorite stainless serving pan. Bill's Custom Fab can weld and fabricate anything. Call today at 989-772-7841. 888-5817 or stop by on Gover Parkway in Mount Pleasant. Good luck to all of our local athletes from Bill's Custom Fab.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network and our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. 7-0 our score. Right now the Chargers on top of the Oilers. I'll say it again. The difference in this game right now is all about that 9-minute drive from the Chargers. Take a look at Mount Pleasant. They've had 2 10-play drives. Both of them just stalled out, which, happens in high school football. Chargers had one 5-play drive, kind of stall out via a fumble. And then the next time they got it was 6:02 left in the second. 19 plays, 79 yards, 9 minutes. Woo! Again, that is the difference in this one right now. We're going to take another quick break here, kind of close out our Gates Drilling and Service halftime report here from our friends, Mount Pleasant Heating and AC and Konwinski Construction. Big supporters of all things local high school sports. Saw Brochuk halftime. He's actually sent me a picture of his younger daughter, a massive hit kill that she had last night in our volleyball match. So I kind of upload that to YouTube. Yeah, you can go check out some volleyball action from last night. These two teams, Mount Pleasant sweeping Midland Dow at Mount Pleasant High School. But time for one more break here on our great Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. When we come back, start of the second half, Mount Pleasant, Midland Dow. Dow leads 7-0 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving Mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant.
Let's get back to the action. Thanks for listening to the Gates Drilling and Service halftime show.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 7-0 our score. Chargers with the lead. It will be Oiler football to start this second half. The other score updates I had. Standish down 27-0. 35-0. Beaverton has had a Farwell. Big shout out to my main man, Sean Powers. A battle in Beale City as well, as Beale City leads McBain 10-7. A big shout out to Nate Batchelder for giving me those updates. And the father of Zaid Batchelder, the baller of the game. Also, Ithaca up 20-6 on Saginaw, Michigan Lutheran Seminary. And that first conference game could be for the conference with those two teams. Riley Olson's going to field the kick at his 9-yard line. Looking for some room to the near side here. Not finding a whole lot. He's going to be brought down at the 22. Nice pursuit from the Chargers on that kick return. The Oilers will start with it at their own 22-yard line. Start this third quarter. You just got a feeling this is a monster drive right now for the Oilers. They only trail 7-0. But I just got that feeling. If they give it back to Midland here, if Midland puts together another long drive and gets into the end zone, it's going to be tough. 6 first downs on that long drive for the Chargers. That is a team just hard to get them off the field. A shotgun look for Duromedy. In the backfield will be McGee and Cole Phillips. McGee is lined up right behind the right tackle and right guard. Also 3 wide out there for Duromedy as well. McGee essentially switches sides out there. They hand it off looking to run behind McGee. It's Phillips with the carry. He's going to pick up maybe 5 on that first down carry. Oilers have a decent second down spot here. Second and 5 for the Oilers. And start of the third quarter here. Dow leads it 7-0. Thank our friends at Bogue, Wybanga, and Bradley. Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods. Gross Farms and Brad Gross Electric. Rick's Food Center. Doozy's Ice Cream Place. Boomer's Lawn Care and Barry Funeral Home. Shotgun look for Duromedy. Hand off to Phillips. Once again, he's looking to find some room. He's going to be stood up after a very short gain. And he didn't make the tackle. But again, big 79 Scott Cooper out there just really affecting that line of scrimmage. And think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game. Cooper, man, looking like a lumberjack out there right now for the Chargers. Also on that defensive front for Midland Dow. Makes some nice plays. Cooper Austin and Garrett Tolis. 3rd down and 4. Shotgun look for Duramity. 2 wide to his right, 2 wide to his left. It's Phillips in the backfield with him. They send Riley Olson in motion. It's a pitch to Phillips. Olson trying to get that block on the edge to spring him for the first down, and he picks it up. Big block out there from Riley Olson. Him and Andrew Little kind of stood each other up, but if you're Olson, you'll take it because it's your running back for that first down yardage. And the other offense will stay on the field for another series of downs. Our score here is 7-0. 10-7, Beale City ahead of McBain. Big shout to Nate Batchelder for sending me that update. And if you're listening, Nate, keep them coming. Here at 7-0. Mount Pleasant with the lead. Big rivalry games for 2 of our local schools, with Beale City hosting McBain and Mount Pleasant taking on Midland Dow. 3 wide to the left for Duramity. He's looking that way. He's got a man out in the flat. He's caught at the 35 and running through a tackle out there. A big-time play from Mazurkovic. Mazurkovic should have had maybe a yard, maybe 2 there, but he just pulled that would-be tackler with him for an extra 4 or 5, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 4, I'm going to call it, for Mount Pleasant. At their own 43-yard line, they trail 7-0 with 9:30 left in our 3rd quarter. Here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network from our Barbary Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. 4 wide, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Kind of pistol formation this time. Send Riley Olson in motion once again. Same type of play, just different formation. Having to turn inside is Phillips. There is nowhere for him to go. Again, that defensive line. Cooper Austin out there helping make that play for his linebacker. And that's going to set the Oilers back 3 or 4 yards. Here comes a big 3rd down play for Mount Pleasant at their own 40-yard line. It's 3rd and 7. A couple substitutions. Brogan Parks, Tyler McGee, a couple bigger bodies coming back in. See one of them lined up at fullback, one of them lined up at tight end, or maybe both lined up at tight end in this situation. But they're also both threats to catch the football as well. Parks will be lined up at the tight end to the right of Duramity. McGee to the left. Also 2 wide to the left. Shotgun look. Duramity zings it out there. A little too much on it. Trying to dive and make the catch was Riley Olson, but it's incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Oilers, and this is a definite punting situation. The punting team will come out from Mount Pleasant. 8:32 left to go in our 3rd quarter. So if you're the Dow Charger defense, you did give up that 1 first down, but then you get the Oiler offense back off the field, and Clay Molyneux will be back there to punt. I believe talking with Coach McIntyre, he's still coming back from a couple injuries. He'll be doing a lot more in kicking and punting as the year goes on for this Oiler team. 4th and 7. Comes the punt for Molyneux. Really good one, not returnable. It's going to take a roll. Actually takes a bad roll from Mount Pleasant. It'll go out of bounds at the 34. And so it was a good punt from Molyneux as he didn't give the returner anything to do with it, but doesn't take a great bounce. So it'll still be okay field position for Midland Dow. The Chargers lead at 7-0. 8:23 left to go here in our 3rd quarter. If you're a Charger fan, got a feeling if you can put together another 9-minute drive, you're going to be in good shape here. But 9-minute drives don't grow on trees. And we're still waiting to see a big offensive play in this game, period. So the longest plays maybe been 20 yards or so as I kind of look back and think about it. Both these teams have done a great job preventing that big play. Hand off to Zimmer. Jamison Zimmer with some room off to the right side. He's going to be brought down after a gain of maybe 6 or 7. And as I see Zimmer carry it, I think one of his first runs of the game may actually be the longest play of the game. 2nd down and 2 now for the Chargers. And the clock just continuing to move fast here at Midland Dow. As I look at the time, it's 8:15. There's only 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. We are cruising here compared to some of our other games. I said we'll get some updates from other places, but I think this one, I guess there could be an extra quarter here in this one as well. But we continue to get some updates. Standish up big. Beale City on top of McBain. Beaverton beaten up on Farwell. That's the situation right now in the Mid-Michigan area. Hand off to Zimmer. He makes a nice cut at the line of scrimmage to create some space. Now another one. He's into the open field. Dice looking to chase him down. He's taking the angle to make sure he pushes him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. But that is the biggest play of the game right there on the 30-yard-plus run from Zimmer. And Zimmer has been the most effective offensive player on both sides of the ball. When 21 gets it into his hands, he is making stuff happen for Midland Dow. Whether it's a little throw out to the flat or a pitch or handing it off up the middle. If he's got some space, Zimmer can make it happen. You think about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. Zimmer right now the only touchdown of the game. Also a couple of the biggest plays, including that big run there to set up Midland Dow with good field position. He gets it again, gets that outside edge, and Zimmer into the open field. Touchdown, Midland Dow. Zimmer with the 25-yard tutty off the far side of the field. And so he goes back-to-back runs over 25 yards. And the Chargers are now in control as they lead it 13-0 with 7:09 left to go here in the third quarter. And Zimmer making me look smart. As I talk about, he's been one of the most effective players. Then takes it in for the touchdown run. Out there for the extra point is Boston Diamond. Snap good, hold good, kick looks like it's going to be good as well. 14-0, the Chargers with the lead. Buying a couple big Zimmer runs to get into the end zone. 14-0 our score. Midland Dow on top. We'll be back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, open every day but Sunday for lunch and dinner. Delicious pizza, the world-famous Bird Burger, handcrafted, fresh-baked subs, many apps, and much more. There's something for everyone at The Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant, where friends gather like family. The Bird, supporting high school sports in mid-Michigan for nearly 100 years. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates is a proud supporter of our local high school student athletes, working hard and showing pride for our community. For all of your real estate needs, go with Joe. Joe Wentworth with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-817-1291.
J&J Auto in Wademan is Mid-Michigan's elite automotive repair shop. J&J Auto offers complete collision repair and mechanical repair. Stop by on Wademan Road or call them today at 989-644-8908. J&J Auto, proud supporters of high school student athletes.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Riley Olson takes his kick at his 10-yard line, gets outside the 25 before he is brought down. That is where the Oilers will start this possession with 7:03, left to go in this third quarter. And now is the time, if you're Mount Pleasant, you got to make something happen on this drive. With the way Midland Dow's been able to control the line of scrimmage, you don't get points here. You give Dow the ball back with a chance to take it into the fourth quarter with already a 2-score lead. It's kind of nitty-gritty time right now for this Oiler offense. See if they can come out and get something going here in this third quarter, now trailing by 2 scores. They go under center, Tyler McGee at fullback, Cole Phillips at running back. 2 wide receivers for Durramity. This one's a pitch all the way, looking for some room on the far side is Phillips. He's going to pick up 7 or 8 on first down. Nice play right there from the Oilers to get this drive going. But again, it's been I mentioned before that last drive from Dow that there hasn't been any big plays, and then we saw back-to-back big plays from Mr. Zimmer, Jamison Zimmer, so far that player of the game. Talk about that Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. He's been fantastic so far. And also got to mention down there on that line, Scott Cooper once again has just been a load on both sides of the ball for Mount Pleasant to try and deal with. Dropping back, looking to throw his Durramity. He's brought down in the backfield. And again, I am calling the name of Cooper Austin. Cooper Austin, Scott Cooper have made some big plays in the backfield. I'm looking for one more name that I've called a bunch of times on the defense, and it's Jay Stevens. And so Stevens, Cooper, Austin, 3 defensive players from Midland Dow have each made 1 or 2 tackles in the backfield. It's really set the Oilers up in some tough situations, including this 3rd down and 10, their own 26-yard line. The clock is moving, 5:50 left to go in the third quarter. It's going to be a shotgun look for Durramity. Quarterback's got 4 wide, 2 to his right, 2 to his left. He's dropping back. He's got time to throw. He steps into it. It's going to be a little short for Easton Day. He had some room at the 40, but the throw is just at his feet. Day couldn't stop and make the turn quick enough, and so it's going to be a 3-and-out for the Oilers. The last thing you wanted for Mount Pleasant to give it back to this really strong offense of Midland Dow that just pulled off 55 yards on 2 runs the last time they had it. 14-0 our score. The last time the Midland Dow Chargers were 0-3, you have to go all the way back to 1990. Young men trying to make sure that doesn't happen to this squad. Here comes the kick from Molyneux. It's another solid one. It's not going to be returnable. It was going to take a bad bounce, so kind of catching that one in the air to make sure it didn't take that bad bounce was Jackson Griffin. So it'll be Charger football at their own 43-yard line. And this is the drive. This is the game right here, if you're asking me. If you're Mount Pleasant, you have to get a stop here. Doesn't matter if you give up a first down or 2, but if the Chargers get into the end zone, I even think if the Chargers get a field goal here to make it a 3-score game, it is going to be into that Lloyd Christmas situation of you're just telling me there's a chance if you are the Oilers. 4 wide. Deagle dropping back, looking to throw. It's going to be complete across midfield. Down to the 36-yard line is the wide receiver, Ben Marinick. I really like that play call for the Chargers. You come out on first down and you throw it. I didn't think they were going to do that, but they do, and it works, and they are already inside Oiler territory at the Oiler 38-yard line. Shotgun is the quarterback, Deagle. Next to him is Zimmer. Zimmer looking to find some room here to the near side. He's going to be brought down right away. Castellan zooming in from his linebacker position and making the tackle. Ooh, boy, Adrian Castellan looking like his brother Marcus Castellan from last year, coming in from that linebacker spot and making a big defensive play for the Oilers. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 11. You now have the Chargers behind the sticks here on this possession. 4:50 left to go, 3rd quarter. Coming to you from the Barberry Studios, myself, Adam Gursky on the camera. Thanks for tuning in to the Gates Drilling and Service Halftime Report. And we'll talk about that Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game, the Weatherby Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, and our Bird All-American Grill postgame show. They faked the jet sweep. They're looking to go long. It's going to be incomplete. I tell you what, if that young man, Wyatt Altman, went up for that, having a beat, having a seat on it, would have been big hit out there for Gagne Jr. if it had been complete. All right, 3rd down and 11. Probably 4-down territory here for the Chargers. You pick up 5-6 here. You pick up 5-6 on 4th down. It's 14-0. Chargers with the lead. Big 3rd down and 11 play coming up here. In the shotgun. Dropping back, looking to throw, stepping up in the pocket. A whole lot of room for the quarterback. He's got 1st down yards. He dives to the 25. Big run there from Deagle. The first time we've seen him tuck it and run it, and he does it in the biggest situation of the game on a big 3rd down scramble for 1st down. So again, the Chargers just continue to move the chains when they need to. It's not necessarily bad defense from the Oilers, but every time there needs to be a play is made by the Chargers. And Deagle with one of the biggest right there on that 3rd down scramble for a 1st down. Chargers taking their time coming in with this play, heading up to the line of scrimmage, just about 5 or so seconds left on the play clock. Now 4 minutes remaining, under 4 minutes remaining here in the 3rd. They pitch it, turning it inside to Zimmer. He's going to be hit right away by Gagne at the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long. 6th, 7th or so play of the drive coming up here against Spock's unofficial stats. You never know with the math, but I do the best I can with these drive charts. But the situation right now is the Oilers got to come up with a stop any way they can get it. They trail 14-0, 3:30 left in our 3rd quarter. It's 2nd down and 10 for the Chargers at the Oiler 25-yard line. Last possession, 2 long runs for Zimmer put the Chargers up 14-0. Late substitution coming out for Mount Pleasant defensively. Shotgun look, they fake the handoff. Now they're going to throw it over the middle. It's caught for 1st down yardage. Big tackle out there from Gagne, but it's not going to matter. Bringing in the catches, Marinick for first down yardage. And on this drive, some big plays being made by that young man Deagle at quarterback out there. Another long drive this is actually turning into. Started with 5:29 left to go. A few minutes off the clock here in just 7 plays. Deagle has the play. Trots back in. 2 wide, 1 to the left, 1 to the right. 1 tight end, kind of 1 up back behind the right guard, right tackle. They want to hand it off to Zimmer. He's got to move right away, but he gets away from 1 tackle. Gagne and another Oiler, Will Garcia, bring him down after a gain of 3 or 4. In Spock's unofficial stats, he is going to say Jamison Zimmer probably nearing 100 yards on the night tonight. He's got those 2 big runs that put him probably near 80, 90 yards. Now plugging away here on this last drive. He has been solid all night long for the Chargers. When they can get the ball in his hands in open space, he's made it happen. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. The Oilers trail the Chargers 21-0. Deagle in the gun. Zimmer lined up next to him. Rolling to the right. They've got a man out there. And a great defensive play. Knocking it away was the Oiler defender, Zay Rodriguez. It was in the hands of the wide receiver, and he just swatted it out of there. You can't teach it better than that. 10th play of the drive coming up here on this third down. 1:47 left in our third quarter. It's 3rd and 8. You're back at that situation again, and for the Oilers, you can get a stop here and still live to fight another day. It's going to be really, really tough if the Chargers are able to punch this one in or, again, even get a field goal here. What we've seen from the extra points, the block, and then go back to that blocked field goal. When I saw Brochuk at halftime, he said that it was a roughing the kicker. I had an offside, so still not exactly sure what happened there. Really nice job by Deagle taking the timeout on this 3rd down and 8 because you don't want to give up 5 more yards here. We'll be right back for this 3rd down and 8 here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Block Electric Company is a proud supporter of local schools and high school student athletes, learning skills in and out of the classroom to lead our communities tomorrow. Good luck to all student athletes from Block Electric, and go Aggies!
The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, the Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at the Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. 10th play of the drive coming up here on this 3rd down and 7 for the Chargers. And maybe too many guys on the field as well for Mount Pleasant. They throw it towards the end zone. It's going to be knocked away. And I'm not seeing the flag come in for too many guys on the field. That happened a couple times on that possession with Mount Pleasant. Somebody coming in, somebody coming off a little late, but it's now going to be 4th down and 8. Big moment in this game, and it does look like the Chargers sending out Boston Diamond in the kicking unit to try and make this a 3-possession game. For high school, this is going to be a long field goal, 29 yards or so here on the field goal from Boston Diamond. It's right in the middle of the field. This would be big here for the Chargers to get 3 more points on the board and make it a 2-possession game. It is going to be no good. Off to the left. It was a big charge from Riley Olsen and the Oiler defense to force the miss, and so they live to fight another day on the missed field goal, but so much time coming off the clock, drive after drive. The Oilers have got to make something happen now in a hurry as that 10-play drive comes away with nothing for the Chargers. 1:35 left to go in our third quarter. The Oilers will have the ball. Wait to see exactly where they mark it here. 1:53 left in the third quarter. The Oilers will have the ball at the... Still waiting on it. The officials walking it back at the 20-yard line. Here we go. This is kind of it here for the Oilers. If you're Coach McIntyre and you had that play you thought you knew was going to work, you want to pull it out right now. Going under center is Durramity. I formation. You pitch it to Cole Phillips. Phillips looking for some room and nowhere to go. Defensive line standing up strong once again, and Lucas Studebaker in the backfield. I feel like every defensive name that I've called for Midland Dow, I've called it at least twice because they've all been able to get in there and make some big-time plays for the defense, whether it's been Studebaker, Cooper, Austin, or Stevens. Second down and 11 now for Mount Pleasant. Been maybe 8 or 9 tackles for loss for the Chargers in this game. Just a big number for them defensively. Looking to run some misdirection here. Riley Olsen makes one guy miss and another, but it's still only going to turn into a 2-yard gain. You see the athleticism of Olsen right there, but they just can't get him into the open field. Nice job there, building a wall and swarming to the ball from the Chargers. Third down and 9 for the Oilers. Under a minute remaining here in our third quarter. Durramity comes in with the play. You know the Oilers are going to go to the air here. Not 4-down territory yet because they were able to pick up that stop. 2 wide receivers to the right of Durramity. It's Easton Day and Riley Olsen. Rolling out that way as Durramity throws it, looking for Day. It's going to be intercepted. Now looking to take this one into the house, looking to cut it back inside, and it's going to be a pick 6. Coming up with the interception and the touchdown is Max Brandt, and it is now 20-0. Chargers on top after the pick 6. Durramity kind of Madden quarterback that one a little bit. I always talk about when you snap the football in Madden, you can know where you're going to throw the football. You cannot do that in real life. That was read all the way by Brandt the junior. He jumped the route and took it to the house. 20-0. Midland Dow with the lead and all the momentum on the side of the Chargers right now. Boston Diamond out there for the extra point. It is up and it is good. 21-0 our score. It is danger zone time now for the Mount Pleasant Oilers. They have got to make something happen on this next drive, and they've got to do it in a hurry. Only 10 seconds left to go in our third quarter. The Chargers now lead at 21-0. Back with more right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning has been family-owned and serving Mid-Michigan since 1962. They're dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and supports our local community. For all of your heating and air conditioning needs, call Mount Pleasant Heating and Air Conditioning at 989-772-2881. Konwinski Construction offers a full range of construction services on small and large projects. Konwinski Construction is a leader in the community and are proud to support those student athletes who will be leading our community tomorrow. Konwinski Construction on Gover Parkway, Mount Pleasant. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595.
Back to the action on the Mid.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. A decent kick return for the Oilers from Riley Olsen sets them up in decent field position. But after the pick 6, it is going to be tough. Just 2 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Got at your own 40. If you're Mount Pleasant, you got to score and score quick and then get a stop and a stop quick, which has been just as difficult as getting a score in this one. Send Gagne in motion. They fake the pitch to him. Now looking to throw the bubble screen over to Easton Day, but it is red all the way. High throw was a little high, but Caden Stefanich was there anyways to make the play. This this Dow Charger defense has been in sync all game long. They've been reading the bubble screens. They have not allowed Easton Day or Riley Olsen to get open downfield. It has been a fantastic game plan all night long from the Midland Charger defense. They've got one more quarter to hold up. It is 21-0 as we head to the fourth quarter. Mount Pleasant, Midland Dow, fourth quarter. Coming up after we hear from our friends from Barberry Law Firm and ENS Graphics. Back with the fourth right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Hey, Rowan, want to toss the ball around?
No, thanks.
A quick game of chess?
Maybe later.
Want me to teach you to ride a bike?
Pop, we did all that when I was little.
guess you're right. Marbury Law's kept me so busy, time has just flown by.
There is one thing, though. You got any cookies?
Thought you'd never ask.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Apologies to ENS Graphics as I cut him off right there, but maybe me missing a play or two is the best medicine for the Oilers, as I missed the nice kickoff return, and Cole Phillips with his best run of the day as he picks up first down yardage. 1st and 10 for the Oilers, now inside Charger territory. Again, Dow is 0-2, Mount Pleasant 1-1. Both of these teams just starting Saginaw Valley League play tonight. The Chargers, if they lost tonight, it'd be the first time they went 0-3 since 1990. They're up 21-0, but the Oilers still have some time, but they got to make it happen fast. In the backfield, going down is Duromedy. Back there, once again, is Cooper Austin. Oh, man. Cooper Austin and Scott Cooper have been unblockable on the defensive line tonight for Midland Dow. There has been maybe 10, 12 tackles for loss from the Midland Dow Chargers tonight, and has really set up the Oilers with some tough spots, but give some credit to these Charger ball players. Oh, man, they are looking strong out there. And again, when I think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game, Cooper, Austin, ooh, man, and hard to take it away from them. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs in the backfield for Duromedy on the 2nd down and long. And the ball's on the ground. It's a fumble. It's recovered by Cooper Austin. He continues to make plays for this Charger defense. And so after the pick 6, you've got the fumble recovered by Dow, and it is all Chargers right now. They lead at 21-0 with 10:47 left to go. We do have a player down with an injury, and it does appear to be Scott Cooper, and that's the last thing you want to see is that young man go down. And he has just been fantastic here tonight. The senior Cooper definitely, when I look out there with his size and seeing what he's done on both sides of the line, he has college football written all over him. And so I hope that young man is okay. It's 21-0, 10:47 left to go in our 4th quarter. Reaching out to Nate Batchelder to see if we can get some more updates. Last we knew, Beale City was ahead of McBain 10-7 at the half. Shepherd trails 33-6. And at halftime, 20-14, the Jackets on top of Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary. So with Ithaca, with Beale City, we've got some conference battles out there. And even though it's week 1 of conference week for most of our local teams, some championship ramifications with Beale City McBain, Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary, and Ithaca. Shotgun look for the Chargers. Deagle flanked by Zimmer. Zimmer gets the handoff. Short carry up the middle. And if you're Dow at this point, you don't really care about putting any more points on the board. You are now starting to think about health and thinking about continuing to run that clock. Last time Midland Dow had it, seems like a long time ago because the Oilers had the pick 6 and then the fumble recovery. The last time they had it, it was a missed field goal after they ran 10 plays. Deagle with the play. Hands it off to Zimmer. Zimmer looking for some running room here to the near side. So we brought down after a short gain. Nice tackle out there for Max Pritchard of the Oilers. It's going to bring up 3rd down, and we'll call it 5. If you're Dow, said all you're really thinking about doing right now is continuing to run some clock. Shout out to more of our great sponsors here. Coming to you from the Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. Thanks for joining us for the Gates Drilling and Service halftime report. We heard from John Ross this week in MHSA Sports on the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game coming up in our Bird All-American Grill post-game show. 3rd down and 5 for the Chargers. The Oilers have to get a stop here if they want to have a chance in this one. Looking long is Deagle, but it's going to be overthrown, incomplete, so that will bring up 4th down. Chargers are at their own 36-yard line, so kind of no man's land here. But I think if they would have thought about going for it on 4th down, he maybe would have tried something different there other than going long to maybe pick up 3-4 yards for this 4th down play. But you're going to see the Chargers go for it here because they're just kind of in no man's land here. There's no point in punting the football. And if you're the Oilers, you got to get off the field right here. 4 wide for Deagle. Zimmer in the backfield with them. He's dropping back, looking to throw. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be caught at the 20-yard line of the 15 and breaking away from 2 tackles and going into the end zone for the touchdown is the Chargers. On the reception is Hatton Zimmer. Not sure if there's any relation to Jamison Zimmer, and we do have a late flag coming in, but it is now 27-0. Chargers on top, and they get the 4th down touchdown going forward on 4th and 5. We'll see what the flag is, and it's going to be declined, I believe. 9:15 left in the 4th quarter. The Chargers now with a commanding 27-0 lead. And you got to go back a long, long ways to find out the last time the Chargers were able to handle this Oiler team quite like this. But give them a whole lot of credit because they have came here to play today. 27-0 is our score. Boston Diamond out there for the extra point for the Chargers. And as this 4th quarter rolls on, we'll continue to hopefully get some updates coming from Beale City, from Shepherd, from Ithaca, Beaverton, Farwell as well. Still waiting to hear on a Clare score as well. The extra point is up and good, 28-0. Also take a look at when's the last time Chargers have been up like this against the Mount Pleasant team. 28-0, the Chargers on top. Back with a more 4th quarter when we come back right after this on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes competing for their schools. All Seasons Fireworks is a big fan of all the athletes, coaches, officials, and volunteers who make high school sports happen. To make your next event bigger and brighter, stop by All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant. Graduations, birthdays, weddings, or a big win become more memorable underneath a night sky lit up by the magic of fireworks. All Seasons Fireworks on M20 in Mount Pleasant.
Let's head back to the action on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Short kickoff fielded by the Oilers. They did a good job keeping it out of the hands of Riley Olson. As Jack Prevost on the return, well, not really much of return, but a good job just fielding it. Make sure the Oilers get good field position, but it is now 28-0. Mount Pleasant trailing Midland Dow. Jeremy Woodcock, some others giving me some updates. And now the Ramblers on top of Beale City, 22-17 in the 3rd quarter. So some battles going on in the Mid-Michigan area. Also know Sacred Heart battling Portland St. Pat's, Clare versus Bullitt Creek. Handed off to Riley Olson. Olson's got to turn it back inside. He's going to be brought down after a gain of maybe 2 or 3. And you can kind of feel the air come out of the stadium a little bit right now. It just has a different feel out there than it did maybe 10, 15 minutes ago when this game was maybe still in doubt. And if you're the Oilers, you're still going out there playing your hearts out, you can get a touchdown and a couple onside and make it happen. But just dire straits mode now if you are the Oilers. And if you're the Chargers, you just keep everything in front of you, keep them in bounds, keep that clock moving. Dramedy looking to set up the bubble screen to Olsen. It's going to go between his hands. It's throwing a little bit behind him. He'd probably like to have that one back. But nonetheless, it's going to be incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Oilers. And just been that kind of night for Mount Pleasant. Just a little off. Things just not quite there. Thank our friends, Bryce Updegraff, Pratum Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, Bryant Family Farms. Moms love mums. And you can get your mom a Mid-Michigan grown mom with Bryant Family Farms. They're open tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road, the northern part of Leeton Road, right by the dead end at the freeway. And I was out there yesterday, just beautiful mums, beautiful plants, beautiful maple syrup. Well, tasty maple syrup, I should say. Cole Phillips with a nice run up the middle. He's going to pick up 1st down yardage there for the Oilers. Again, if you're Midland, you don't really care about that 1st down. And in a game like this, I don't really think you even care if well, you obviously want to shut out Mount Pleasant, but you want to stay healthy. You might not have all your guys out there now. First down and 5. Now in Dow territory are the Oilers. I formation look. They're going to pitch this one to Phillips. He's got big room up the middle this time. He's going to pick up a gain of 7 or 8 before he is brought down. So look at some of the games of the past with these two teams. Last year, Mount Pleasant beat Dow 42-7. The year before that, it was 40-0. Go back to 2021, 33-10 Mount Pleasant. Go back to 2020, 21-0 Mount Pleasant. Then you go to 2019, Dow beat the Oilers 13-12. The year before that, it was Mount Pleasant again 14-10. A loss 6-14 in 2017. Got to go all the way back to 2016, a game like this for the Oilers. 41-14, Dow won that one. They go long. Great defensive play. Easton Day had it in his hands, but Gabe Yanarella would not let him bring it in. Big-time play out there from the Chargers. Again, you got to go all the way back to 2016, last time Midland Dow kind of put it on Mount Pleasant, I will say. And the Oilers looking for the varsity sweep, I'll say. The Oiler volleyball team win last night. Coach G and the crew, but not going to be able to get tonight. A little bit of a revenge for Dow. And a big hit in the backfield once again. It is Cooper Austin continuing to make plays. As I think about that, Zaid Batchelder, baller of the game, our Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game. Man, it's hard not to think of that young man Austin right now. Having the touchdowns, having the yards is Jamison Zimmer. But Cooper Austin has made some big plays defensively and still out there right now, despite the big lead, making some plays in the backfield from his defensive end position for Midland Dow. I formation look on 4th down for the Oilers. They're going to take a timeout to discuss this one. You want to keep your offense out on the field. You want to get something going positive if you are the Oilers, because it's been all Chargers in this one. 28-0 is our score. Continue to keep the broadcast right here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network in our Barberry Law Studios, built by Konwinski Construction. 41-6, Standish Sterling now on top of Shepherd. Ramblers ahead of Beale City, 22-17. About 4 minutes left in the third. And last year it was 20-14 at the half with Ithaca and Standish Sterling. Big 4th down play here. Like I said, the game's kind of all for naught at this point, but if you are the Oilers, you got to pick up this 1st down. And 34-14, 38 minutes ago from Clare Pioneer football, so Clare looking like a winner. Duramety's going to lose the ball as he goes to throw it on 4th down. He's just got to dive on it in his backfield. He's going to be brought down, but I'll say it again, it's just been that kind of night. 34-14, last I knew, Clare on top of Midland Bullock Creek. And so Clare avenging last year's playoff loss, or at least so far. Still waiting to get update from Sacred Heart Academy. So we'll text Jen Verlager here in a minute. Superintendent of Mount Pleasant Public Schools. Like to welcome everybody back to school. And they're also hiring bus drivers. They need parapros and substitute teachers. If you want to be a bus driver, you can get paid training. And you can do some bus driving, some substitute teaching, some parapro work, maybe become an official with the MHSAA. You do that. Not a bad little way. Make some dough. Shotgun snap. Hand it off now. Backup running back in there on the carry that time is Colton Dix. Jamison Zimmer out of the game. He has done enough work. So turnover on downs. Gives it back to the Chargers. Again, our score remains 28-0. About halfway through this 4th quarter. Now getting this ball. About 7 minutes to go or so, just inside Oiler territory. Call it the Mount Pleasant 48 or so. Shotgun look, still out there at quarterback is Deagle. Handed off the running back, looking some room to the far side, and finding it is the running back. He gets hit hard out there. Big hit from the Oilers, but it's a decent pickup on the gain for Colton Dix. And it will be a 1st down to allow the Chargers to continue to move some clock, which has been the theme of the night. And that Bill's Custom fabrication of the game. I mean, Zimmer's had a couple big runs. You had the pick 6, but it's got to be that 19-play, 6 first-down drive that took 9 minutes off the clock for the Chargers and ended up being the first score of the game. When you think about that Bills custom fabrication of the game, more than just a play in this one. Shotgun look for Deagle. He's looking long. He's got a man in the seam. It's going to be incomplete. Closing to knock that one away was Zay Rodriguez. But the Chargers continuing to be aggressive as they throw it downfield that time. For that seam route right up the hash. Wasn't a bad throw, just nice defensive play. 5:18 left to go. The clock stops here in this fourth quarter. 28-0 the score. It's now 41-14. Standish on top of Shepherd, but the Blue Jays making something happen in the second half offensively. That is great to see. No gain on that carry for the Chargers. Maybe even a little bit of a loss. Going to bring up third down and long. We're now under 5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Chargers have it. They got it with about 7 minutes left to go. They would just love to pick up a first down and run some more clock here with his 28-0 lead over the Oilers. 3 wide, 2 to the right, 1 to the left for Mount Pleasant. Deagle dropping back, rolling to his right. He's got time, and now he does throw it away. There's actually a guy in the crowd right in front of us who throw it away, and it's almost like he heard him and was like, oh yeah, we've got a big lead. I probably just should throw this one away, and it'll bring up fourth down for the Chargers. But again, where they're at on the field, I don't think we're going to see them punt it. They're right on the 36. And so if you put it into the end zone, you're getting a net of 16 yards gained. And with the big lead, you might as well keep the offense out there, try and pick up this first down, and continue to try and churn some clock. And also, too, with Deagle, if he's new quarterback, I think I remember that name from last year, just gives him a chance to throw the football a little bit in some game action where there's not really going to be a big penalty if he makes a mistake. It will be a turnover on downs that will give it back to Mount Pleasant. This one kind of all decided the score, 28-0. 4:29 left to go, and the Oilers will get it back here. Their own 36-yard line. Right now, if you're Coach McIntyre, you're telling these guys there's still a long season of the Saginaw Valley League ahead. Very unlikely for Dow to get through that Saginaw Valley North unscathed. Still have a chance to win the Saginaw Valley League and defend your championship. Well, got to start with something strong here. Make something happen on this drive. Dramedy out of the game for the Oilers. We're going to have a timeout on the field coming from Mount Pleasant. Late substitution change. It does look like we might have different quarterback in there. See, Gagne kind of lined up in the backfield with Brogan Parks. There's timeout on the field from the Oilers. We'll take this time out and hear from our friends at Bryant Family Farms one more time. And again, I'll say this at the end. The phone number is not right. It's 989-304-1201. But a big shout out to Ben, Jessica, and the family out there. We'll get that right for the next one. Take a quick break here. Be back with more on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
For grown in Mid-Michigan moms, visit Bryant Family Farms in Shepherd. Moms love mums, so show your mom some love with Bryant Family Farms. Bryant Family Farms also offers maple syrup, pumpkins, beef, goats, and fresh-cut flowers with you-pick, bouquet arrangements, and subscription flowers. Show your mom some love this fall with Bryant Family Farms, 3.5 miles south of the casino on South Leeton Road. Visit BryantFF.com or call 989-302-1201.
And it's 989-304-1201. Another apology to Ben, Jessica. We'll get that fixed up. 2nd down and 5 for the Oilers after the short run from Gagne. Now they're going to be back in the I formation. Going under center, playing quarterback is going to be William Garcia. They pitch it. It's going to be on the ground. It's a fumble. Looks like it was recovered by the Oilers, but it'll bring up 3rd down, and said it a few times in this second half. It just turned into that kind of night for Mount Pleasant. I don't know if they would have been able to beat this Midland Dow team. The Chargers look very strong, in particular up front here tonight. But you take away some of those mishaps, some of those fumbles, definitely could have made this one a little bit closer, maybe a touchdown or two on the board for the Oilers. 3:30 left to go. 3rd down and 8. I formation look once again. Garcia rolling out to his right. Quick throw. It's going to go through the wickets of the wide receiver. Not bringing down that one was Martell. And so that'll bring up 4th down. I'll say it again. It's just been that kind of night, and in particular, that kind of second half for Mount Pleasant. Because you think about going into the half, the score was 7-0. Mount Pleasant got the ball. But Chargers got to stop after Mount Pleasant picked up one first down, and then it was two big runs, a 30-yarder and a 25-yarder from Zimmer to make it 14-0. And that would probably be the play or the plays of the game, brought to you by Bill's Custom Fab and the fabrication of the game. But that 19-play drive was just something special from the Chargers. It took off a lot of time in that first and second quarter. It just kind of set the tone out there for Dow that it felt like after every drive after that, it didn't matter if they got to a second down and long or a third down and long. They felt confident that they were going to be able to pick it up. 3:12 left to go here in our fourth quarter. Charger football, they just got to run this one out. One timeout left for the Oilers. I don't think we'll see them take any here. So if the Chargers pick up first down, maybe two first downs, you're going to come out of here with a big-time win over a team that, hey, they've had Mount Pleasant has had Dow's number the last few years. As I said, got to go back to 2016, the last time that Dow kind of put it on the Oilers. Got to go back to 2019, the last time they got the win. So this would have been 4, 5, 6 in a row or so for Mount Pleasant. So a big-time win for the Chargers. Start off 1-0 in the Saginaw Valley League North and avoid going 0-3 for the first time since 1990. 2020, it's a 21-0 win for Mount Pleasant. 2021, 33-10. 2022, 40-0. 42-7 last year. So a big win here for the Chargers as the clock continues to run. 2:30 left in our fourth quarter. Shout out to Joe Wentworth, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, All Seasons Fireworks, The Diner, Mount Pleasant Public Schools, Block Electric, and Isabella Bank. You want to know if Isabella Bank cares about local high schools? Just go look at your scoreboard. If not at the football field, maybe check out inside. Maybe check out the baseball field. One of them is probably going to say Isabella Bank on it. Big run out there for the Chargers, but we've got a flag in the backfield that is going to bring this one back. It was 2nd and 13. It's now going to bring up about second down and 24, 25, as that hold did occur right behind the line of scrimmage. Thanks to more of our friends today. Bryce Updegraff, Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates. Our friends at Bryant Family Farms, open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. Go get yourself a mum. And if they have any maple cream left, I almost want to say don't get it because I want more of it. It was so good. Thanks to Ben for hooking me up with some of that. And also got the Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up. Give some love to the official embroider of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, hanging by a thread. 3 wide for Midland Dow. Man in motion, high snap. Got a flag coming in, so this one's going to be coming back. And again, nowhere for the Chargers to go. Brought down in the backfield is the ball carrier. So it was 2nd and 23 at the 9. We're now looking at 3rd and 25 or 2nd and 27 or something like that. They'll be backed up a little bit more. And we got our Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up. Jason Bubba McClain hopefully join us. Well, if he's going to be in the locker room giving some instructions to his team, I can't really knock him. 28-0 our score here. 2:04 left to go. It remains second down. Chargers now backed up to their 4.5-yard line. They've got to get all the way to the 31 for a first down. 4 wide receivers for Dow. Dropping back, looking to throw. It's going to be a little too tall for the wide receiver with the backup quarterback, Jaden Elford, in there. Elford, the sophomore, just a little too tall on that one. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 27. But I don't mind at all what Coach Peterson is doing here. You got the sophomore, maybe the 5th quarter quarterback out there. This is a good situation to have your guy in when you're up big. How do you create some pressure with your young quarterback with a big lead? Well, you put him in 3rd and 27 at his own 5-yard line. Let's see what you got, young man. Shotgun look. 3 wide, 1 running back, kind of 1 up back. And they're just going to hand this one off, looking for some room on the far side. And there is some room. The ball carrier is going to get out to the 18-yard line before he's brought down. So still bring up 4th down, and we'll probably see the Chargers punt this one away. but it will be with about 1 minute or so remaining, as it's been all Chargers here tonight in this one. Look back at the phone. We got some more score updates coming. McBain 29, Beale City 25 with 10:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. Looks like me and Adam Gursky picked the wrong game to do, but now with Mount Pleasant under the belt, we've got Sacred Heart in a couple weeks, and we'll have all 6 of our schools covered here in the early season of football as we kind of roll towards November, October, and the high school football playoffs. Timeout on the field from the Chargers, just kind of saving a delay of game here on the 4th down and long. But, oh, boy, it is a battle in Beale City with the Ramblers and the Aggies, 29-25. McBain with the lead, 10:58 left in that one. And so we will be off the air by the time that one finishes. But you check the Mid-Michigan Sports Network page later tonight, early tomorrow morning, or as early as this guy is going to get up. We'll update you with all of our local high school football scores. I know Beale City Middle School in action tomorrow. Again, we will not be there for that as your boys got some plans, but we will be with Thomas McCann some more this year. And we will also have some 8th grade football later this year when Shepherd hosts Ithaca. As myself and Adam Gursky and the Mid-Michigan Sports Network bring you as much football as humanly possible here in the opening act of the Mid-Michigan Sports Network, I'll say. 4th down and long for the Chargers. Nobody back deep to receive this one for the Oilers. So this game's kind of all for naught. Not a bad snap. It's going to be a decent kick from Nate Schultz. And it'll roll inside the 40, down to the 39, and that is where it'll be down for the second time tonight. It's kind of cracked me up. Kyle Letts just kind of tries to wave the ball with his hand another yard or two. 53 seconds left to go. The Oilers come back out on offense, and I'm not exactly sure with the game. Always joke with coaches, and when I've had Brett Heibler, a former coach, on, John Bevere with me, I always say, put the coach's cap on. What do you do? And think in this situation, 53 seconds left to go. You're down by 4 touchdowns. You put some of those guys out there who don't get to play a whole lot. You give them a chance to take a couple snaps, run the football, see if they can make something happen. And we've got our Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming up. The only place that this guy will post-game, the Bird, downtown Mount Pleasant. We'll have the Bills Custom fabrication of the game, but I've kind of talked about that. That 19-play drive from Midland Dow was just something absolutely special. There's not really another way to put it. So that's going to kind of hold as our Bills Custom fabrication of the game. But the Zaid Batchelder baller of the game and the Weber Brothers Sawmill timber of the game is one of those. I'd love to give it to Mount Pleasant kids, but I think even if Bubba McClain joins me in the postgame, he's going to say, man, Midland Dow played really darn well here tonight. Again, you take away their opening drive where they went down and fumbled it. If they go in and score there, this could be even a little bit more lopsided. Chargers will avoid going 0-3 for the first time since 1990, and Mount Pleasant fall to 1-2 on the year with that big Saginaw Valley League game ahead. But the Oilers are to get a score here at the end. Into the open field and sprinting down the sideline is Jackson Griffin. He's going to go to the house on a 61-yard tutty. So a little bit of celebration here at the end for the Oilers as the senior rumbles all the way to the end zone on the long touchdown run. And no give up from this Oiler football team is now 28-6 with 41 seconds left to go in the ball game. Feel kind of smart right there. So this is the point where you get the guys in that don't get carried a whole lot, see if they can make something happen. And oh boy, Jackson Griffin did make it happen. The senior, the long touchdown run. He probably wished it was to put his team ahead or to maybe tie the game late in the fourth quarter. But nonetheless, big run there for the young man. Molyneux out for the extra point. He boots it through. It is good. 41 seconds left to go in our ball game. Still all Chargers with this 28-7 lead. We'll take a quick break here on the Mid-Michigan. Actually, no, you know what? We're going to keep it right here. 41 seconds left to go. Thank our sponsors once again, like Bogwai, Banga, and Bradley. If Mike Zion can make sense out of the tax stuff that I do, you can do it for anybody because, I'm not that smart when it comes to the math. You hear me doing the stats. Bogwai, Banga, Bradley can help me out. I know they can help you out. I also shop Schaefer's Bait and Sporting Goods, Gross Farms, and Brad Gross Electric. Barry Funeral Home, Boomer's Lawn Care and Landscaping, my main man Thomas McCann, Doozy's Ice Cream Place, and Rick's Food Center in Rockford, Ithaca, and Mount Pleasant. All the friends at Bryant Family Farms. Open tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go get your mom a mum. maybe some pumpkins as well. Also, shout out to Barberry Law from Barberry Law Studios. We come from, built by Konwinski Construction. Out for the kickoff is Malino. Again, just 41 seconds left to go in this game. One timeout for Mount Pleasant. So I don't know if we'll see him use it. I don't know if we'll see the Chargers take a knee. Kick is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Returner looking for some room to the near side. A nice juke move to get across the 20. Now to the 27-yard line. We got a couple of late flags coming in. We're going to back this one up or move this one ahead. And just 31 seconds left to go in our ball game. All Mount Pleasant with that 28-7 lead. (28-7) our score. Officials cleaning up the laundry, and it will be a penalty going against Midland Dow. But again, if you're the Chargers, 31 seconds away from a huge victory over your rival Mount Pleasant. I say the first since 2019, and you keep yourself from going 0-3. It's going to be a big-time night for these young men in Midland. And it does look like they will take the knee. Again, Mount Pleasant does have one timeout if they want to choose to use it. I don't know if we will see them do that. And taking the knee out there is the quarterback, Deagle. And Deagle, don't feel like I gave him enough credit tonight because he did a nice job just kind of running the show out there. A lot of the credit went to the running back, Jamison Zimmer, but when Dow needed to have it, they made it happen. 28-7 is going to be our final score as they're lining up and walking across that middle before the zeros even reach the end here. But a big-time win for the Chargers. Both of these teams now 1-2 on the season. We got your Bird All-American Grill post-game show coming right up where we'll talk about that Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, our Mumford Oil and Gas Supply assist of the game, and not a lot of tosses and throws out there, mostly about running the football and ground control tonight for Midland Dow, but talk a little bit about that. I kind of mentioned the Bills Custom Fab fabrication of the game, but we're talking about it all, including our Zaid Batchelder baller of the game. It's all coming up in the Bird All-American Grill post-game show right now on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.
Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, just like our student athletes, they bring it. If you need sand or gravel, they bring it to you with fast service and a great price. For all of your sand and gravel needs, call Central Michigan Sand and Gravel today at 989-382-7089. Central Michigan Sand and Gravel, a proud supporter of our student athletes competing for their schools. The Diner, where homemade favorites come to life every day for breakfast and lunch. From fluffy pancakes to savory sandwiches, The Diner has your cravings covered. Discover the perfect blend of comfort food and camaraderie at The Diner. Join them every Friday night till 7 for their famous fish fry. The Diner on North Mission, Mount Pleasant. Handsome Ben's Fab provides professional fabrication work for your home or business. MIG, TIG, and ARC AWS certified, Handsome Ben can fabricate your dreams with steel, aluminum, and stainless steel. Handsome Ben brings 20 years of professional fabrication experience to you. Call Handsome Ben today at 989-802-2405. Bryce Updegraff with Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates thanks the coaches and officials who put in the time to help student athletes achieve their dreams and goals. For all of your real estate needs, the Bryce is right with Bryce Updegraff. With Pradium Realty, Robin Stressman and Associates, 989-620-6595.
A special thank you to all of our coaches, officials, and student athletes. Now it's time for the Bird All-American Grill postgame show.
Welcome inside the Bird All-American Grill postgame show. Postgame show brought to you by our friends, the Bird in downtown Mount Pleasant. Well, as I look back at, halftime stats, it was 7-0 at the half, and the Oilers got to football to start the third quarter. They ran 6 plays, picked up a first down, moved it a little bit, but ultimately had to punt it away to Midland, who got it back with 8:23 left to go in the third quarter. It just took them 4 plays, 2 huge touchdown runs from Jamison Zimmer, one about 30, 35 yards, then a 25-yard touchdown run, put Midland Dow up 14-0. Then Mount Pleasant went 3 and out, kept it 14-0. Then Dow ran that clock again, about 4 minutes off the clock. They had a huge third down scramble from their quarterback, Deagle. Ultimately, they missed a field goal, but then it was just a couple plays later. It was a pick six going against Mount Pleasant, and that kind of really turned the tide as it made it 21-0. Jason Bubba McClain now joining me here in the postgame show. And, Bubba, this is kind of what we thought going into the year, is sometimes you guys are going to be a little outmatched up front, and I feel like that was kind of the case tonight.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes up front. Give Dow credit. I mean, they were ready for this game. They were 0-2 and playing two very good football teams, but we felt like we had a really good game plan this week. So, a little disappointing. I mean, efforts there, just a lot of mental mistakes tonight.
I kept kind of going back in the second half and saying it just that kind of night. You know what I mean? It feels like, things would have had to go a lot different way for you guys to win this game. Yep. But this also could have been 21-14, 21-7, as opposed to 28-7, kind of the way it went.
Totally. I mean, it was only 7-0 at halftime, and we had only 2 or 3 possessions in the first half. So we didn't feel like we really had gotten our legs underneath of us yet, and we felt pretty good at halftime. But again, too many mistakes, too many errant throws, too many missed assignments, not enough blocking and tackling, because ultimately at the end of the day, the team that tackles and blocks and makes big plays is the team that's going to come out on top. So, give our second team a lot of credit, though, there, that last drive to be able to get on the scoreboard. But, we just have to get back to the drawing board on Sunday, and we got to watch film. We've got to get better. We're 1-2. I mean, it's not the end of the world. There's a lot of football to be played left. Now we just have to kind of put the onus on our seniors to kind of lead this program moving forward, because they're going to have a great game plan week in and week out, and they got to just execute from this point forward.
And you think about Dow going undefeated through the Valley North. It's going to be tough to do. It's going to be a gauntlet. You guys win out. They've dropped. You guys totally are still very, very alive in the Saginaw Valley North. A few scores to go around. Our main man, Sean Powers, was at the Farwell game tonight with his wife. They fell to Beaverton 48-10. McBain is up on Beal City 29-25. In the fourth quarter. I'll continue to update you on that one, but we'll be off the air before that one is over. Easton Van Alstyne just scored a touchdown, but Standish up big against Mount Pleasant, and it was 20-14 at the half with Ithaca and Saginaw Michigan Lutheran Seminary, and so a battle there. And on our post-game show here, brought to you by the Bird All-American Grill, we got a few accolades to give away, and feel like it's one of those, we got to give some love to those Midland players, as much as you probably don't want to, Bubba. But when I think about that Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game, who was standing strong up front, I'll even say the assist of the game, helping out the linebackers, Scott Cooper and Cooper Austin.
Well, who was 59?
59 was Cooper Austin. He was unbelievable. Tonight. And John Streeter was just up here. So this was his first game. He came out late. And it's just kind of scary to think what that young man is going to be able to do going. Big boy. Yeah, so I feel like the Weber Brothers Sawmill Timber of the game kind of goes to him. And the Zaid Batchelder Baller of the game, we can actually hear the music now with you here with me. So we'll be right back to announce that Zaid Batchelder Baller of the game right after this.
Well, hey there, Zaid. This song of love is just for you. So turn it up. Peekaboo, Zaid, I see you, and we wrote a song about what you do. Like listening to music and going outside, wearing a smile on your face so wide, yeah. Woo!
All right, welcome back into our Bird All-American Grill post-game show. Bubba McClain going to give some advice to his team. A big shout out for him joining me here in the Bird All-American Grill post-game show. But our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the game, it's got to go to the man who scored some of the touchdowns and the big runs that he had in that third quarter. Our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the game going to Mr. Jamison Zimmer from his running back position. Just made some big plays in that first half to help him on that 19-play drive. And then was just outstanding on that drive. Had that 25-yard touchdown run right after he had a 30-plus yard run. Definitely over 100 yards on the night for Mr. Jamison Zimmer, our Zaid Batchelder Baller of the game. Check out the Mid-Michigan Sports Network Facebook page. As soon as I hear some updates from Beal City, we will let you know what is going on with that. Right now, it looks like Shepherd is going to fall. Ithaca, Beal City, both in battle. They're in battles right now, I guess I should say. Clare looked like they were in good shape, and so we'll have you updated on everything. Mid-Michigan Sports Network Facebook page. Big shout out to all of our great sponsors, including the newest one, Bryant Family Farms, open tomorrow for mom shopping, for pumpkins, and for all that great fall stuff. Stop by and see them from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on South Fleeton Road. Visit Bryant FF Farms BryantFFFarms.com for full details. Our final here tonight, 28-7. The Oilers fall to Midland Dow. The Oilers 1-2 on the year. Midland Dow 1-2 on the year. Next week, back at Beale City as they take on the Houghton Lake Bobcats and Coach Ryan Searsaw. That should be a fantastic one. Make sure you join us for all the action. And Monday, I will release that full fall schedule of everything coming up with high school volleyball, high school football here on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network. Chris Bachman signing off from my main man, Adam Gursky. Back with more right after this. Well, back with more next week on the Mid-Michigan Sports Network.